Guys, what is going on? What is going on? Guys, Rizai, what's up, dude? What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Let me see here. There you are. Guys, Michael says, come January 20th, these three or four are going to be losing their minds. Facts. Well, Michael, Fox News and YouTube that destroyed CNN, MSNBC, ABC, all the coverage of the news from the election on has been an absolute disaster for everyone except YouTube and Fox News, right? Tara, what's up, man? John Carlo, what's up, dude? Steve is here. 8-Bit Banger's here. What's going on? 8-Bit Banger, what's going on, my friend? Carlo's here. Steve, now, guys, Yorgi, what's up, dude? Block is here. Now, guys, I'm going to drop the link now. I usually do like the first 45 minutes for Discord members only. Guys, we had a lot of fun doing after hours on Discord. So thanks for all you guys who were there. Guys, we are going to start doing more after hours on Discord, right? And on Discord, guys, we can say whatever we want, do whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? So guys, make sure that if I let you guys know that there's an after hours, that you want to join the Discord, and then jump in the chat. I mean, in the voice channel. Guys, don't be shy. Guys, this is a doozy of a story. Mobile, have you seen this story?
No, I haven't seen it.
Guys, anyone in the chat, Steve, 8-Bit Banger, Reza, I want you guys to write like 2 or 3 sentences on the level of symptom that's in this case, okay? I want you guys to try and like let the other guys know like what they're in store for. So guys, make sure to join, please, if you want to, guys, because we're gonna try and focus on this, because guys, it's long but it gets good. Okay, we'll probably throw some breaks in and look at some a 5.0 and 304 footage, but guys, Darko says over 150 million. You know, yeah, guys, this has to be the worst case of simping that I have ever seen. There's so much wrong with this. I think we had done like strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. Guys, all the strikes, I think we were on like strike 16 of all the stuff this guy did wrong. So guys, yeah, don't be shy, guys. Hit the StreamYard button. Come on up. You know what I'm saying? And guys, give me one second here to do some housekeeping here. Jameson, I think that you. Oh no, guys. JJ McQuaid, what's up, dude? Jameson, you've seen this one. This is the Twin Peaks guy. This is a guy, guys. He met the single mom of 2. She was working at Hooters, right? It's a long story. Here we go.
Mr. Tootle has significantly more income than Ms. Bachnick, and we have filed.
So, guys, here, long story short. This guy up here, he's like an information executive for like Kaiser Permanente, right, or whatever. He was seeing this 304, the single mom of 2 who works at like Hooters, right? Guys, he got her a job at his job, right? She already had 2 kids. Then I think she had told him she was pregnant, so he proposes to her, takes money out of his retirement, gets a $800,000 house in Tennessee, right? Then she has the baby. It turns out the baby's not his. So then she helps her to get a lawyer to get the real baby daddy on child support, and he marries her anyways. Clown world. God, this is one of the worst cases I've ever seen. And then she moves the 2 bastard kids into the house, and they're trapped. The 3 bastard kids. Then she starts cheating on him with Chad. Guys, there's one other thing. Guys, her name is on the deed, but not on the mortgage. Guys, we got a long way to go, dude. This is a never-ending story in this. Never-ending simping.
And before the court today is a motion to sell marital residence, and we would propose.
So they just bought the house, and she wants to sell the house. She wants her half of something that she didn't put anything into.
That upon its sale, the net proceeds be paid into court, and then we can proceed with the divorce in that regard. But I would submit to the court there's no basis to grant Mr. Tootle exclusive possession of marital home.
It's his
Ms.
house.
Botnick's name is on the deed. It's a marital asset, and submit that she's entitled to reside there just as much as he is.
Right.
Then I would call Miss Botnick.
So guys, here she is, right here.
Look around, please. Raise your right hand, be placed under oath.
State your name, please, ma'am.
Jordan Lynn.
Yeah, we all know who she is, right, guys?
You tell her she's a goddamn whore. Always been a whore.
Bachnick.
And Miss Botnick, where do you work?
Envision Healthcare.
And what do you do for Envision Healthcare?
I'm an AP specialist.
If you will please scoot up a little bit toward that microphone
Sorry.
so we make sure it's picking
I'm
up.
an AP specialist.
And what does that mean?
Accounts payable. I work for the same company as Joseph.
Meaning that he got her this entry-level job. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All because she was given that Thunderdome. You know what I'm saying? She have that hurricane throat. You know what I'm saying? Oliver said this 304 again. Guys, all you guys, once you see her face, you remember her. Because we had to do this in 2 parts one time because we had to stop it so many times. So we're going to get through as much as this as possible. Okay?
And what is your rate of pay?
$22 an hour.
You work 40 hours a week,
Yes, ma'am.
and you have 3 children. By how many different men?
3.
Look at that! Guys, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that, Chad,
3 for 3.
Tyrone, and Jose. You know what I'm saying? Guys, come on. He says, for thy cobblestones. Man, oh man, oh man. Twin Force. What's up, man? Guys, it's good to have you guys here, man. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's been an awesome year, right? I think that actually you might hit 12K in the next 2 weeks, you guys. So, guys, thank you so much for all of your support, right, guys? Anyone who wants to join and come up on the panel, guys, hit the StreamYard button. Let me see, guys. Let me see here. 1 second. 1 second. Guys, you know, we can do an AMA also. So, guys, feel free. Guys, so we're trying to hit 10 super chats here. So guys, at that, when we hit that, we can do an AMA, and guys, you guys can ask me anything you want. And yeah, let's see. 1 second.
And how much child support do you get?
I get child support 1 kid and $697.
So guys, Mobile, what did she just say? How many kids?
She has three by three.
Yeah,
she's 3x3, and she gets $697 for one of the kids.
Look, so she only gets child support for one of the kids. Clown world.
697 for what child?
1 child, and I don't get child support from the other 2.
Of course
What
not.
child do you get the 190?
Sailor, the baby.
How you gonna name a kid Sailor? Is her name Trailer Trash Tammy? George, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. First things over in India. What's going on, my friend? Oh, snap, guys. Uh-oh. There goes the neighborhood. Robin's Fly is here. Robin's Fly, how you been, my friend? Guys, I had to say thanks to Rajai, Robin's Fly, Steve, who else? Jameson. You guys were in my first 116 subs. You know what I'm saying? So guys, thanks for being here since the beginning. All the rest of you guys whose names I remember, right? You guys have all been here for a long time. So guys, the reason why I get so many views and why I have so many viewers on my lives is because I have such high subscriber engagement. You know what I'm saying? I think, was it 2 weeks ago? I had 132 people on the live. And guys, there's channels that are 3 or 4 or 5 times bigger than mine that don't get that many. So Oliver, what's up, dude?
Man. Hold on, okay, hold on. I couldn't see if I was muted or not because of the screen, but okay, whatever. Anyway, dude, I got back from Thailand 3 days ago. I was there for about 2 weeks. And I get back to Dallas. Here I am living this peaceful, serene life. Everything's great. Everything's hunky-dory in the world. The country's peaceful. People are nice. And then I get back. I turn on YouTube, and the first clip that's my recommended is about a drive-by shooting in Fort Worth.
Oh, man, that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
I did not want to come back here. I did not, man.
Hey, Oliver. Oliver, if you could sometime next year, if you would want to, we could do a panel for traveling. You know what I'm saying? Passport Bros / traveling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've been all over South America, Europe or whatever, but I know you go to Asia, and then Dan, if you're out there, dude, right? Hit me up, and then what we can do is do a specific live because there's a lot of younger guys that don't travel or that have never left the country, or especially it's a non-English speaking place. So yeah, let's try and do that. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But here's the thing. I'm going to say this preliminary. If you have not left the United States yet, go.
Yeah.
Travel.
Yep.
Damn it, travel. It is never too early to travel.
Yeah.
I mean, I did not leave the United States until I was 48 years old. Well,
oh, really?
in Mexico. Yeah. I'm almost 50, man.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and it's and I tell you what, man. And it was just one of the most humbling, sombering moments, man. And I was at a temple in Thailand, and I'm looking at all these big obelisks and this huge history, man. And I was visibly upset, not because I was feeling bad, but I was feeling guilty because it took me so long to get there. When it
Yeah. You know what the interesting thing about working people in places so I've been to Belize, Costa Rica, Uruguay, Chile, Peru,
Right.
Argentina, whatever. When you go to these places, even Mexico, you talk to working people, and they have enough. right?
Yeah.
A lot of are just like they're just happy, like, right? They don't. It's even though people think, oh, they're so poor and they have Mexico and Argentina, like they have strong families, they have nice family values. They're just chilling. They're happier. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So, but of course
And
they're
I'm gonna go off on a tangent here, and that is because
dude, you know this channel's the breeding ground for tangents, bro.
what is
Come
your
on.
channel? What's your channel? What's your channel? But here's the thing: all these countries, they're built off their own national identity.
Yeah.
You know, ethnic groups, their religions, their
Yeah.
cultures that evolved for centuries. Hundreds of years. America does not have that.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Let me expand. Let me expand, and I will tell you why. Okay. It was not based off of nationality. It was not based off of religion. It was based off an idea. And the problem is that ideas are artificially created by human beings, and human beings are flawed.
Well, okay. Okay.
I
Well,
was telling my wife the other day, and we're talking about how companies operate differently, and she was like, oh, she just didn't understand how American companies work. I mean, it's like in her mind, businesses are there to be productive, contribute to society, create jobs, and just be members of the community. But I told her, it's like, look, that's not how it is in America. In America, the number one responsibility, especially for a corporation, is to maximize shareholder wealth. Everything else is secondary.
well. The thing is this. So the difference. You remember that the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand are the only countries on Earth where there isn't a historical ethnicity that's in charge. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, if you go to Thailand, the Thai, that's their country, right? The United States, anyone can come here, get citizenship legally, and become an American. So we have a very unique experience. That's why our patriotism up until World War II, we can argue the McCarthy era, but like, remember, nationalism was a hugely pushed American thing. But then what happened was World War II, and those Germans of a particular time period who were bad, and in the West, nationalism became a bad word. Guys, I am one of the most patriotic people that there is. And you guys put a 1 if you agree. Hold on. A lot of my friends that are legal immigrants that are either citizens now, green cards, permanent residents, they're more patriotic than Americans are to America. Because they say, this is my country now. I'm going to do everything to help it. I'm proud to be here. Other countries are allowed to have a national identity. Americans can't even chant USA, USA at our boxing matches, or everyone rolls their eyes.
Oh, well, for the USA part, I think we could only have done that 1 week after 9/11, and then everything went to hell in a handbasket all over again. But here's another thing, AJ. Okay, I don't share personal information about myself, but I grew up Catholic, and so all my uncles and aunts were Catholic. And I saw a Catholic pamphlet from the 1950s. And that is how Catholic men are expected to act in public and in private. And one of those things is that no matter where a Catholic lives, they must be patriotic human beings for the better of the community and the church. But I don't know how other religions are when it came to that, because I grew up Catholic. I was dyed-in-the-wool Catholic until I was 26 years old. So I don't know how that goes.
Well, I can tell you that it's been, I want to say, since younger Gen X and then millennials are the generations that have been taught to hate America. Right? And what I'm saying is that it's to the point to where we should trade these knuckleheads, these woke knuckleheads. We should be able to trade them for good foreigners, like Giancarlo. We should trade these blue-haired, bull-ringed effinists for Giancarlo. Guys, put a 1 if you agree, right?
No, I disagree with the Giancarlo part. I think we should send all the blue hairs to Indonesia. They'll learn
Maybe.
really quick.
Yeah.
They'll
Or
learn
Saudi
really
Arabia.
quick.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
How about that?
I mean, I was in Dubai for a couple of days as well, and it was awesome. But people didn't act like knuckleheads either. This is one thing that really astonished me about Dubai. I could leave my cell phone on a table in the middle of a busy shopping mall, leave, and 24 hours later it would still be there.
It's still there. Yeah. Yeah. Look at it. This whole thing is once again, you have people who, if you go to these college campuses and you ask them, do you love America? They'll give you no, because this, and that. But America's, isn't that funny? Is the only country on earth that the people who hate it don't want to leave. Why is it that Venezuelans who don't like Venezuela leave? Why is it that people in Croatia, in Russia, and whatever who hate it leave? But the United States is the only country on earth where but they won't leave.
So freaking spoiled. Look at Western feminists, for example. They are so freaking spoiled. They are complete morons that will cry about the patriarchy as they're walking down the sidewalk near a shopping mall where there's a male construction worker fixing the stupid road.
How about that? As they're walking down the sidewalk by themselves, you can see their face and their hair, right?
And
they can actually talk.
Say
You know
those
what I
two
mean?
words for me, AJ. Say those 2 words for me, please.
Which one?
Your catchphrase.
Yeah, Clown World.
Exactly. Clown World.
Because you guys just saw in Afghanistan, I did a thing on Locals where it was talking about how the state of women now that the U.S. has moved out. And all the men that thought that women should have rights left. And now it's just the men who think that women shouldn't have rights. And look what happens. They can't even show their faces in public. They can't talk in public anymore. Oops.
Yeah. It's just it's just like, and then I see these, and I'm sorry, I see these knucklehead dubs on YouTube acting like darn fools, shoplifting from Walmart, getting caught with drugs, endangering their children.
Hold on, guys.
And then we have 304s like this.
I can't show it, guys. I can't show it. There was a clip on Instagram of this girl acting crazy at a football game, and she was wearing like a shirt for a dress and no drawers on. And the guy is like, I can show you part of, no, it'll get the stream taken. All right. Anyways, but yeah, guys, be patriotic. Don't let these people who are like, oh, the American flag is a sign of oppression. Leave. Why are you here? Why? I can understand criticizing America because everyone should have the ability to say, my country can be better. Fine. But to just act like this is the worst place if you can't say with no hesitation that America is the greatest country on earth, why are you here? Because it is. You know what I mean? What about Scandinavia? What about the UK? Please. Anyways.
The UK, come on.
Sailor Swap.
Guys, the UK is... You know what, guys? I'm going to start doing a couple lives. We're going to pick some countries, guys, and we'll go over... Guys, so like we'll talk about Canada mobile. So all the Canadian dudes jump on, and we'll talk about the UK. So all of the UK dudes jump on, and we'll just go over the sad state of what's going on. Yeah,
create a separate channel about how bad the UK is.
Oh, it's bad. And guys, don't say his name. Don't say his name. But TR, we all know who TR is, right? TR, he's been talking about letting all these immigrants in for the last 12 years, and he got deplatformed, he got demonetized, he got kicked out of everything, and now you have ethnists guys saying, it's not right that I can't walk down the streets of London without all these men of a certain demographic talking about assaulting me, right?
Yeah.
And now you have ethnists even getting canceled because they're trying to say, look, I would prefer to not have guys that come from places where there's a lot of sand assault me on the street, and then they're like, "Guess what? You're a racist." Clown world.
Western effinists are the biggest morons on the planet
They
and
are,
should
guys.
be treated with nothing but abuse and disdain.
They get what they voted for.
They hollow out it hollows out the strength of a country.
Oh,
It's
that's
not even
right.
that. They just don't take accountability
Yeah.
for their actions and their decisions or the words they say. And
Yeah.
That's
none
right.
of myth men don't do it for us.
Chris,
I do.
It's like Chris is here from Canada, and Mobile's here from Canada. Canada's in the house, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, Chris. I thought about that.
Yeah, because
I thought about that.
I'm still trying to like draft this idea of the arrogance of abundance and the ignorance of abundance. That is the number one thing that's wrong with the wokey wokes and the effinists. The effinists and the wokey woke mindset is based on the ignorance and the arrogance of abundance. Because you can only have that way of thinking if your belly's full, if the lights are on, right?
Well,
and
this
there's
is-
no, barbarians at the gate.
That's
you know?
exactly it, and this is exactly what we were talking about the other day. This is exactly it. We had a number of years. There was basically from at least from 2000 forward, it's been pretty smooth sailing. Like the financial crisis hit real estate, didn't really mess up younger people. Didn't really mess up people in school. It hurt. It was a banking problem. It hurt people who were like homeowners. But we've had this period of real prosperity, super low interest rates, and it's as soon as the inflation ramped up and interest rates start biting, all of a sudden this ideology based from privilege gets crushed.
Well, here's the thing.
Look at
Here's the
Mobile.
thing. Okay, guys. Imagine men spent all this time building this huge resort, this huge luxury resort. Men built it and maintained it. We built it with our bare hands.
Mm-hmm.
Then all the women go, "This is great. This is awesome. Now give us the keys."
Mm-hmm.
And guys and there's a small group of knuckleheads that are like, you know what? Hey guys, what could it hurt them doing so? Then the chicks get the keys and they're like, you know what? You guys got to start waiting out on the front lawn. Bit by bit. All you guys got to start waiting on the front lawn or going to the basement. And actually, let's let a bunch of poor people in also. Poor people who that have never worked on the place, that have nothing to do with the culture of the resort. Let's let them in en masse. And the men who built the place are looking up from the basement, watching as the whole damn place crumbles down.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Women, once again, these 304s, are expecting men, once the roof starts collapsing, to whoosh out of the basement and fix things.
Here I come to save the day.
But here's the thing. A lot of guys, they would rather stay in the basement. They'd rather stay in the basement. There's beer, there's PlayStation. You know what I'm saying?
But that can't happen. We can't
But it's
can't.
But it's
I know
going
it is. It is.
But here's the thing. Because we've tried everything else than walking away. We've tried everything else.
Well,
The only thing that they're going to understand is our absence. Because we've tried everything else. Legislation, guys, there's a small group of men that are using women and the government to redistribute wealth from us to them. And these 304s, they're so dumb that they think that they're winning because we're losing. Now, understanding that all of us are losing to that small group of people. The only thing that the rest of us guys do, because we hold most of the power and the wealth that they're trying to get, is remove it. I'm not trying to say not vote or any of that, but I'm just saying, guys, relationships and dating, done for. Ending up in maternity court, divorce court, done for. You know what I'm saying? helping chicks out in the store, lifting objects and helping girls on the side of the road. Done for.
Here's the thing, AJ, and this is the crux of the whole issue, okay? And this is just a microcosm of everything that has happened. And I've said it once, and I'll say it again. HR departments did not exist until there were air-conditioned offices.
Dude, wait. Well, hold on. Wait. I'm gonna make a mug or something out of that. Hold on.
Go ahead. You can use that and sell it on your merch. You
didn't
can sell that on your merch
exist
and
until
say you
there was
pilfered it from me.
air conditioned off. That is hilarious, guys.
It's the honest.
guys, put a 1 if you agree with that. That is hilarious.
You want to know worthless? HR departments are worthless.
Yeah.
I have
And here's the
actually
thing.
had somebody come to our office one time. This HR lady out of work and comes to our financial firm and all that good stuff. And she's like, I'm talking to her. It's like, okay, what do you offer? It's like, well, I'm an HR lady and I want to start an HR department here. I'm like, get out. And she's like, I don't understand why HR and everything we can do payroll. I'm like, lady, I'm a freaking accountant. I know how to do payroll.
He walked into all the people that were trying to, they were in the office building, in the meeting room, trying to start an HR
I can't say.
department. He said,
I swear by God and Sonny Jesus, you will all visit the infirmary. Every last motherfucker in here.
Pretty much. Don't be worthless elsewhere, lady. I mean, HR is the ultimate ivory tower. Okay, first off, they're just nothing but corporate narcs. They're not your friends. Okay,
Yes.
Let's just face it. Okay.
And here's the thing, too. Hold on.
Nobody else would hire them.
They
for their
doubled
worthless
down,
practice.
because the only people worse than HR are DEI people. At least DEI people can't even tell you what they do.
No, because they're idiots. They
It just doesn't make any sense.
Because they think they can go to a college degree that people can accept them. It doesn't
Yeah.
freaking work that way. Like,
Yep.
I'm sorry, give me just a moment here.
Just
Like Mobile said earlier about, the whole financial crisis, about people that, it didn't hurt white collar jobs that much. Yes, it did, because I graduated college in December 2007, and all those entry level positions dried up for recent
they were
college
gone.
graduates.
Yep.
And I was working fast food for a year and a half.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. Here's the thing,
And you know
guys.
what? I was a college graduate working at fast food, and you know what? I still had a freaking job. I still got a freaking job.
But here's the thing.
Man.
All these chicks, though, they seem to have forgotten. Everyone in the chat. Don Johnson, what's up, dude? Sir Gods, how are ya? Oh, you guys, what are the 3 things that get cut first? We've known this for the last 80 years. What are the 3 things in corporate America that to get cut first when the purse strings are up? Marketing, HR, and now DEI. Those things go first. They're always gone first because they don't need them. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Rizzo says marketing. Captain Palsy says HR is useless.
Hey, you want to hear something, AJ? And I think I've told you guys this before. I have 3 bachelor's degrees, okay? When I graduated in 2007, I doubled in business management and marketing. Okay, that would have been okay back then, but now it's worthless. And you know what? Those 2 degrees by itself are worthless. But then I got my accounting degree.
Oh, well, there you go.
And here's what: those 2 worthless degrees work great with my degree that's worth something.
Guys, look at this. Look at this. So you guys know, you guys remember earlier this year there was a picture of all those NFL draft, the NFL draft, and all those players' wives and girlfriends. They were all white, and all these B-dubs they were all.
I'ma kill your bitch ass, bitch! Ellie, I'ma kill you fucking whore!
This commander's guy's girlfriend's white, and they're all mad. Watch, you're gonna see Twitter blow up with all these B-dubs just upset, dude, upset.
Does anybody ever tell these people that the reason why nobody wants them is because their personalities are complete dog shit?
But they don't listen. Anytime that you try and give them any type of advice, but hey, hold on. All you white guys, man, all these B-dubs are after you guys now. They're all
No
swirlers
sense.
now. Oh no,
Hey,
Oliver, dude, it'd be like
AJ,
fish in a
AJ,
barrel.
AJ, here's the thing. The reason, I mean, it's not for, I mean, this goes for any woman. What makes a woman unattracted to any man instantly is their mouth.
Yeah. Because guys, so put a 1 if you agree. Back in the day, all the girls who were, 4s, 5s, that might be chubby, they knew that to compete with the hot girls, they had to be the cool girl. You know what I'm saying? If he liked football, she had to like football. She had to be a good cook, shut up and keep her mouth shut. Now you got the 4s and the 5s and the biggins acting like they're 9s and 10s.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go, guys.
Okay,
Nick
AJ,
Ellis.
AJ,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, but I saw a news story about 2 days ago, and some. Let's just put it this way: I don't have a race card, but I think I know. You know what type of demographic of individuals I am talking about. They were offering services in Pattaya Beach, Thailand, and they were all arrested. 20.
Wait, B-dubs were?
Yes, in Pattaya Beach. And they got arrested by the Thai police.
Wait.
selling.
Wait. Pump the brakes.
Yes, sir. I'm not making that up.
You had B-dubs trying to sell peace leave in Thailand?
Yes.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
What were the guys?
Holy cow.
Wait, are you going to take a 198-pound B-dub or a 125-pound Thai woman? What is going on?
They're ads.
I think
They
that I
got
saw
busted,
something
too.
in Colombia where this guy, he was saying that these B-dubs, they were trying to set up shop down in Colombia.
And here's the thing, AJ.
He said he must be trolling.
No, I'm not trolling. I'm not making this up. I'll even try to find the link, okay? But here's what happened. They were selling on Pattaya Beach. Okay, the place is riddled with prostitutes. Okay, I've been there. My wife and I have been there. Okay, I mean, it's like if my wife is not with me when I'm in Thailand, all these women try to hit on me. Either they're asking me for a fun time for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually had women come up to me and ask me if I was married and that I was looking for a wife. I am not making it up.
Well,
Okay?
at least there's no shame in their game. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's not. Here's the thing. And then these knuckleheads go to other people's countries being morons, trying to trick out and think, oh, it's fine. Okay, prostitution is illegal in Thailand, but it's rampant because it's not really enforced. Because unlike the United States, there's a difference between being in Thailand, being a Thai citizen, and not being a Thai citizen. I know that sounds strange, but you cannot act like a Thai citizen if you're in Thailand.
Yeah, but here's the thing: all of us guys are actually smart enough to know that. You know what I'm saying? Guys, it's usually women, most of the time B-dubs, who travel around and they expect to be treated like freaking divas and goddesses and Mother Earth. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm actually surprised that the Thai police did not, when they arrested them on the beach, they did not bring harpoons with them.
or net guns.
Gosh, man.
And that's your
that
youngest child?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were in fact pregnant with Sailor at the time that you married?
No,
Or right after you had just had the child?
I just had him. He was born in June and I got married in September.
Look at that.
Born in June.
And what sort, you have just settled a lawsuit on paternity with Mr. Ellis?
Yes,
And when was that done?
February.
So he married her while she was trying to put her bastard child's baby daddy on child support.
Yeah. Well,
guys, hold on. Guys, we have 73 people watching, so with 48 likes, guys. Make sure to stop, take a second, and hit that like button, guys. I'd appreciate that. Oliver, drop the link in the private chat if you want me to pull it up.
And what are the names and ages of your other children?
12 and 10. 12-year-old is Ryder. 10-year-old is Bryson.
Ryder,
How old are they?
Bryson, and Sailor.
Ryder's 12.
And Bryson is
10.
10.
And Sailor is 10 months. Almost.
It's Snoozy.
When did your mother move into the home?
She started staying there in October.
October of 20.
Now, guys, that's something to remember here. Okay? Her mom moved in too. So he has 3 bastard kids and his mother-in-law.
23, right after y'all married in September, is that correct?
Right.
And what was the reason?
She was helping me with the kids, helping us with the kids.
How much does she pay to live there?
She helps with the kids, so in return, she gets to stay there.
Of
course,
She helped with
of
your
course.
children.
Yeah.
Right, that, yeah.
Okay. And
Chris says all those names are straight out of the single mother handbook.
so you're just giving her free room and board?
For helping me watch the kids.
Names to give your children if you're on
What
the
does she do
spectrum.
for a living?
She works at Walmart.
Yeah. It's a business, right?
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Prostitution, and of all places, Patria Thailand. 20 foreign women were arrested for alleged prostitution in, of all places, Patria Thailand. Hi everybody, I'm Adam, and thanks for joining us here at TPM Media. Pattaya police arrested 20 foreign women for alleged illegal prostitution.
20 of them? 20?
During a crackdown along Pattaya Beach early this morning, December 27th. This happened at actually about 1 o'clock a.m., and the operation resulted in the arrest of over 20 foreign women. This was launched following complaints from concerned citizens.
Look at that. Look at the purple hair. Look at the blonde weave. Oh, no.
It was
Oh,
dubs,
no.
man.
Guys, look at that. So they flew all the way to Thailand just to...
The streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Sir God said that it's like selling
A used
Lada in Germany.
The streets. The beach. I met a bitch from the beach.
Citizens and tourists about groups of foreign women occupying spaces under trees along Pattaya Beach, allegedly, and allegedly selling sexual services to tourists.
Like,
the
who's
citizens
buying?
also said that these actions, according to them, tarnished Pattaya's image as a family-friendly destination. Officers secretly monitored the beach
Family
area and arrested the suspects, including 9 Ugandan women, 8 Uzbeks, 2 women from Madagascar, and 1 from Rwanda. Most of them were between 26 to 51 years old, and all of them allegedly admitted to basically
50 years old, one of them was.
engaging in prostitution, targeting foreign men. These suspects will be deported after being charged, according to police.
Funny how that works, right? That Thailand can do that, but the moment that we actually talk about the United States arresting someone who's there and committing a crime who's not from the United States and deporting them, right the moment we say that,
How dare you?
clown world.
As a note, however, there were no reports of any Thai nationals arrested during these specific raids.
No
This
kidding.
comes after quite a bit about prostitution and sex work in the news recently, as the UN has recently called for decriminalization of sex work in Thailand overall, stating that it is the so-called white elephant in the room and has been an issue in Thailand, especially in Pattaya, for many, many years, and that authorities should finally address it, take action. What do you think? Tell us in the comments. And make sure you like, follow, and subscribe.
What a mess.
I mean, AJ, I am telling you point blank. I mean, Soy 11 in Bangkok is my second home, okay? I absolutely love this place. There are working girls all over the place, but they're Thai nationals.
Yeah.
They never get in trouble. But if you go to another person's country acting like a knucklehead,
Yeah.
they're going to throw you in the clink.
Yeah, and here's the thing, guys. You go to places like Colombia or whatever, where they are, or if you were to go to like Russia or whatever, guys, then you have criminal organizations who run the 304ing. And guys, they will disappear, these foreign girls that are trying it there. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be no American B-dub trying to 304 it up in friggin' in Colombia or in Russia, dude. They will disappear you. And guys, one of the number one places you do not want to go to jail is Thailand, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
here's the thing about Thailand. You know, you have the freedom of speech as long as you don't say anything negative toward the king.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, if you do say anything negative toward the king, they have a website where they will publicly shame you.
But here's the thing.
Oh yeah, those laissez majesté rules. It's strict.
Well, guys,
away for life.
these jails though, they can cram like, 35, 50 people
yeah.
in one small cell.
Oh,
and they sleep on top of each other.
Yeah, they have
and
to spoon. They're all spooning each other when they sleep. On the...
They have tuberculosis outbreaks, and they're like, sir, I can't breathe. My tuberculosis. And the guard goes, and?
It's like, yeah, if you're an American and you go to another person's country, and I just say an American because I'm an American myself, and you go to another person's country being a moron,
yeah,
and they throw you in the jail, you can't say, oh, I have constitutional rights. I need an attorney. And they'll tell you to shut up and be glad that I'm going to give you a glass of water.
Mm-hmm.
So she's capable of paying something to live there.
Well, she's helping me watch the kids.
Yeah, well, of course.
In your lawsuit with Mr. Ellis, did you claim any work-related child care expenses?
Yes.
You did.
No, child care. What are you talking
Child
about?
care expenses, when you calculate child support.
Oh, no.
Now, guys,
You didn't claim any
this chick talking, this is the guy's lawyer. She's good. She's a good lawyer. Okay.
Work-related child care expenses?
No.
This was Nicholas Ellis.
It is.
Yes.
I know Mr. Nicholas Ellis. He grew up with my children. I haven't seen him or had any contact with him in the last.
So the judge knows her a Gavin starving artist of a baby daddy to her bastard child.
20 years probably. So I just want to make everyone aware of the fact that there is some connection. He played on a soccer team with my son and daughter for a while. That creates a problem. I'll be glad to address that.
We waive any conflict, Your Honor.
All right.
At the point in time, did you admit to your husband that you only married him for financial security?
No.
You sure about that?
Yes.
That's your statement under oath?
Yes.
Did you threaten at the point in time when he told you he wanted a divorce, did you threaten to throw yourself against the wall so that you could get an order of protection and kick him out?
There it is. Yep.
Record everything. Have cameras all over the freaking house.
Yeah.
This guy had enough money to do that.
It gets worse.
House?
No.
You allowing your children have you allowed any of your minor children to operate any motor vehicle in and around the property?
I let my son drive down the driveway.
And he ran over shrubs and
He's
things,
12.
Is that correct?
One shrub.
And that's your 12-year-old or your 10-year-old?
I let my 10-year-old.
Your 10-year-old's driving a
So you have the 10-year-old drive her Chevy Tahoe, guys. Look at that.
vehicle that caused some slight damage to the property. Is that correct?
He drove down the driveway and ran over a shrub.
Did you replace it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Blah.
Did you allow your children to shoot arrows into the drywall of the
No.
home? You didn't sit there and videotape it and laugh
I
at it?
videotaped my son shooting an arrow into a cardboard box.
Not into the garage and damaging the property?
No.
Oh, sorry. The wall was behind the cardboard box. It's broad. Look at her. Look at her.
Where are your children in school?
Ryder is in middle school.
Your Honor, I want to object to relevance. I mean, we're here for motion for exclusive possession, and we're getting into, almost like we have a parenting plan. These children
Well,
are...
no, Your Honor, I apologize. The pact is financially, where are the children in school? The issue, we want her to move. where the kids are going to school, whether they're homeschooled, whether they're in public school, how she's spending her money is the reason that I'm asking those questions.
Unfortunately, parties, even on a short-term marriage, bring something before the court regarding financial matters. Every aspect of their life becomes fair game.
He's right.
Overruling objection.
So where are they in school?
Ryder's in middle school at Dixon Middle. Bryson is at Oakmont, and Sailor's a baby.
And your mother stays home and keeps him?
Yes.
Okay.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, because I have to go into the office.
And then otherwise you work from home?
Yes.
And where is the
Sound
office
good.
located?
In Green Hills.
AJ,
What happened?
I just say, like, with women like this, nothing is by accident. Like,
Yeah.
these kind of women are trouble, and they are 100% trouble, and nothing they do is by chance.
But here's the
like
thing.
it's her business doing what she's
She
doing
wouldn't
right
have
now.
any power if there was no simps, right?
Oh, and that's exactly it. But she's
I
skilled.
agree.
Like she puts herself in those positions to meet guys like that. She's
Yep.
using her looks.
And she's
Women
always
like this.
gonna come out
and
with more than she had going in. Yep.
that's her career plan.
Yep.
That's her, and these women are 100% trouble.
Yep. That's true.
100%.
You have health insurance coverage through your employer?
Stop
I did.
simping,
I have dental.
you moron.
I used to have dental.
Yeah.
I haven't checked on
Who
that.
covers your children for health insurance?
The state.
You
Of
make
course.
$40,000 a year, live in a $700,000 home, and your children are on TennCare?
Objection leading.
Adverse witness.
Adverse witness rule.
I don't think she's been established as an adverse witness. She's answering all Ms. Roberts' questions. She called her on
She's the
direct.
adverse party, so I'm going to assume or take judicial notice of the fact that an adverse party is an adverse party for purposes of the adverse party rule. Overruled.
Is that correct?
Yes.
It's not on Families First. When was the last, are they on Families First?
No.
They're just on TennCare.
Right.
When did you apply for TennCare?
Whenever I was single.
Beg pardon?
When I was single and not married.
Yeah, you're right.
So it was prior to
You're right,
marriage
Wicked.
that they were on it.
And have
Let's see. Wicked, what's up, man?
Yeah, that's 100%.
Medical, how's it going, man?
you updated it?
No, not yet.
Of
Did you
course not.
disclose that you had the availability of health insurance through your employer for your children?
No.
Oh, guys, I left off my last prediction of 2025. Guys, this chick's like an accounts processor or whatever. Guys, Skynet is coming for all these 304's jobs, man. Guys, AI is coming.
Grok is
AI is coming, dude. AI is coming. It's gonna wipe. Was it 70% or is it 80% of all the jobs that AI threatens are all female-dominated jobs? These chicks are cooked, guys. I don't know if anyone here is an IT, but there's a cybersecurity position that's like where it's not quite cybersecurity, but you have to like review logs to see if there's any threats or whatever. So you have to go after the fact and like analyze the logs or whatever. I seem to remember like reading a report where that's where like a lot of chicks that end up in cybersecurity are, because it's kind of like a CNA and not a nurse. You know what I'm saying? There's like a cybersecurity professional. Then there are those now. Dude, AI can just do that.
Yep. Yeah, and I work in IT.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you know. They're
Oh
cooked.
yep. No, and that's, you know what, it's funny that in my last I've noticed that. I've noticed that because normally like in the years I've been in IT for years, and it's cyber was nerd central, right? And now I'm seeing more and more women in there, and I'm like, well, really? Like, because they're not women, they're not coders. Like, they're not coming from a coding background. They're kind of coming from soft skills, and now they're winding up in cyber. I'm like, well, how is this? How are soft skill people getting into cyber? Because cyber is usually kind of where like seniors wind up in back in the day, right?
You can tell them what's waiting for them.
Yeah. Well,
They're doomed.
Hey,
Doomed.
it is. One day we got to talk about AI and talk about Grok, because I've been using that pretty heavily for about the last 6 months.
Okay.
And it is shocking.
Yeah, dude.
I've been using it in my day to day.
Well,
Man.
I think a lot of guys don't. So we hear about AI, but we don't really kind of understand it. So yeah, dude, let's make a plan in the new year. We'll kind of look at some like news stories, and then you can kind of break stuff down. You know what I'm saying? So that would be cool.
You still receiving food stamps too?
No.
When did you stop getting food stamps?
Several months ago.
When?
October, November.
So she was getting food stamps up until she married this knucklehead. Absolutely. So this guy married a chick that had 2 bastard kids and 3 bastard kids, was on food stamps and Medicaid. He married her and moved her in his house.
Beta!
Yeah.
Look at that. And her on food stamps.
Beta female!
Clown world.
October of November of 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it time for you to re-up for your food stamps?
Yes. And I didn't qualify.
And you did not qualify, but you applied and tried to continue to get food stamps,
No,
correct?
I did not.
Look at this. Look at her. She's like, look at it. Look at this. No, I did not. Right? Basically, she's trying to say,
How dare you?
You know what I mean?
You did not fill out an application?
No, I did not fill out an application.
No. These.
Have you contributed to the house payment?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm paying for everything else.
What is everything else that you're paying for?
Groceries to stay in the house, and I pay for all my kids, groceries, clothes, and I filled out a form, basically showing what I do pay for.
Pay any of the utilities?
No.
Pay any insurance?
You guys hear that? Because I pay for everything else. Do you pay any of the utilities? No. Look at that. So he pays the mortgage on a $700,000 house and the utilities. Guys,
And she pays for her kids. And he pays to live in his roof. These knuckleheads.
Dude, man.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. Don't date single moms.
Yeah,
don't
guys.
look at them.
Yeah,
don't touch
don't.
them.
No single
Don't
moms,
associate
dude.
with them. If
Yeah,
you work
don't.
with them, say hi, goodbye, nice seeing you again, peace.
Dude,
Okay? Don't
single
associate
moms,
with them at all.
They
They're
should be
nothing but
treated
trouble.
like lepers, man.
Yeah, it
Seriously.
is. It's toxic waste.
Yeah.
It's toxic waste.
Yep.
It
Yep,
never.
yep.
It's a bad deal.
Yep.
Like
Insurance on the vehicle you're driving?
Yes.
You pay for your insurance
I pay for my insurance
and your vehicle?
on
What
my
kind-
vehicle.
What kind of vehicle are you driving?
A Tahoe.
2021 Chevy Tahoe?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much are the payments on that?
A little over 1,000.
Who's making?
Guys, she makes, I think that we did the math. So she makes $22 an hour. So that's like $40,000 a year.
Yep.
And that's $1,000 a month car payment.
In those payments?
Robin's Fly said never swim where other men have drowned.
Hey, Robin, can I steal that from you, man?
Dude, man, there you go.
I am.
When did you start making those payments?
2 months ago. I've made 3 payments so far. So 3 months now.
3. So she just got it.
When did you purchase that vehicle?
August 22nd of 23.
You acknowledge that the down payment on the home came from his separate funds, do you not?
I'm going to object. That calls for a legal conclusion.
That's a yes or no question. You absolute dunderhead.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
I object. That calls for a legal conclusion as to what separate funds are.
I'll rephrase the question. Did you have any money before when the contract was made on this house?
Look at that, guys. Look at that.
My own money.
How much did you have?
At the time, I don't recall how much I had.
Did you pay $160,000 down on this house?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
No, I didn't put money down on the
Okay,
house.
why did you say you don't recall?
Well, to your question before
I
that.
told you guys, this lawyer's not effing around, dude.
Hey, this is the only time you will see a woman
Yeah.
tell you any form of accountability when she wants to hold another woman accountable.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when it's for
guys,
profit.
all you guys who were on the stream the last time, do you guys remember this was the first time that we were ever like rooting for a female lawyer? Because we're so used to them destroying men in maternity court and child support court. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Waterstar says, let's cover Simp pastors. Guys, we're going to have to do that. We're going to do a stream on all these knucklehead pastors that are either getting other chicks in the church pregnant, just right, or all these pastors that are, you know what I'm saying? We have to. That'd be
what though?
Idea.
Just on a side note, just one thing that's interesting though to note is that, in business, CEOs and when they're doing big deals, it's interesting. And I was reading about this a few years ago. I was reading about this, but they're typically always married, right? That's typically the way it works. The C-suite, they're all married guys.
Yeah,
and
officers in the military, higher ups, police. There's a marriage cap for that type of.
That's thing. It. And the truth is that when they're doing deals, so they're out on the golf course or they're at their parties and they're entertaining, they're doing their deals. It's often their wife their wives save. They help balance out the deal because the women are kind of negotiating and you got women kind of going head to head.
And there are guys that have been held back in their careers because their wife just couldn't shut up.
You know yeah, fair enough.
Because their wife just couldn't shut her mouth. You know what I mean? Because if you can't keep your fling on a string, right? How are you supposed to make big money moves?
Objection asked and answered.
No, I did not pay money on the house.
Of course not.
You know that your husband had money that he put down on this house.
Guys, if anyone has a mortgage calculator, calculate a $700,000 home with $160,000 down payment. That mortgage payment must be ginormous. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not 20% at all. That's already a big mortgage,
Not your money.
Right. After we were married, though, he paid money on the house.
And he paid for your attorney for your paternity actions too, didn't he?
He helped pay for my attorney with Nick.
Look at that!
Oh, no.
That's about a $5,000 mortgage payment based off of 8% interest.
Robbins Flies says $4 to $5K a month. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Oliver. Thanks, you guys.
So this guy,
dude, I have that crap bookmarked.
So this guy was helping her pay her legal costs against her other dude, her other baby daddy.
Yes.
And now he's in court against her.
Yeah.
Beta!
I'm telling you guys.
Brutal.
Guys, this is Simp of the Year. This is Simple Stiltskin, right? This is Simp Skywalker right here. You know what I'm saying?
That's
guys, it gets worse.
And how much was that?
Jack, that's privilege.
Check on what basis?
Privilege? I mean, third party may have paid it. They're married.
And you're talking about your attorney-client privilege?
Yeah, number one, I don't think it's relevant.
Now we're talking relevance instead of privilege.
Well, Judge, I think what a client pays an attorney, and the third party pays it. I
understand your point, Mr. Odell. And again, we're talking economics of two people who have been married for a short period of time. You will be able to ask questions of him regarding any expenditures he's made.
Yeah,
and
it's only
my
fair.
understanding is that these questions are being asked to demonstrate the financial contributions each of them have made to the household. Because one of the motions that we have before the court today is the motion for exclusive possession of the marital residence, and that entails who's going to pay the mortgage for that. There's also a motion for a temporary division of marital debt, which is on the docket. So all of these issues are relevant on the issues that are before the court. She's not required to testify about any direct conversations that she may have with her attorney, but the question of if there were marital funds or his separate funds that were used to pay for her attorney.
Because of course it's his money.
I mean, whatever weight that is, I think it is relevant on the issue before the court.
First things like,
Please repeat the question.
that's exactly.
Who paid for your attorney?
Joe. Joseph did.
Of course he did.
Did you ask him to do that?
He offered to help.
What's the question she asked? What's the question she asked?
I don't
Guys.
know. Can you
Watch. What's the question she asked?
Residence, and that entails who's going to pay the mortgage for that. There's also a motion for a temporary division of marital debt, which is on the docket. So all of these issues are relevant on the issues that are before the court. She's not required to testify about any direct conversations that she may have with her attorney. But the question
He didn't file a petition.
Here you go.
She's not, I think it is relevant on the issue before the court.
Please repeat the question.
Who paid for your attorney?
Look at that.
Joe. Joseph did.
Did you ask him to do that?
He offered
See?
to help me out.
When you when you got sued,
I didn't get sued.
did you file the paternity suit or did Mr. Ellis sue you? Did you sue?
We agreed upon it. I didn't get sued.
Look
He
at that.
didn't file a petition against you.
Yes.
So you got sued.
Okay, I didn't know that was being said.
He filed a petition to establish paternity. Mr. Ellis did.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you asked your husband for help in securing counsel for that. Is that correct?
He offered.
Clown. Wow.
Have you ever contributed anything to, other than paying for your children, food? Have you ever contributed anything to the mortgage, to the utilities, to the down payment on this house, or the payment of insurance or taxes on this house at all?
No, ma'am.
Look at that.
That's all.
Sir, oh, you may.
AJ,
Question
would you
your
say
client.
that? When did they meet again?
She's gonna say that they've been. So he's gonna take the stand, and they've been on and off for 6 years, meaning that that she was batting her little eyelashes at him, trying to get her hooks in him, and every now and then she would let him, get some pity sex.
Yeah.
And then she got pregnant again. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you that she probably told him it was his, so that he would propose to her. You know what I'm saying? What are you saying?
I was gonna say, first thing says that that comment where he says it astounds me that they 304 is a no ounce of virtue.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. It's like
That's true.
they're real traps. They're real traps.
And another thing, guys, it is cheaper to go to Pattaya Beach in Thailand, get us a worker. Just make sure she's a Thai national, okay?
She's not from Detroit.
So you know how many trips to Thailand that you can get for 160,000? You know what I'm saying?
Plus, that's I think that's just where he's starting. Sounds like this guy's going to be in it for a while.
For lodging, airfare, and all that good stuff, about 90 trips.
Look at that, man. He gets some math. I'll figure it out.
You want to ask your questions now, or you want to wait a bit?
What do I do for a living again?
Yeah, I'm gonna call her on the number.
Right, now you can say.
Sorry.
Okay, now guys, here comes the simp, right?
And I would call Mr. Tootle.
Here he comes.
Is this going to be as bad as I think it's going to be?
Look at this guy.
Raise your right hand, be placed under oath.
Do we know what this guy does?
He's like an executive and like information systems for Envision Healthcare. So for like a healthcare corporation. He's like a informatics systems executive.
Okay.
This guy
So-
could have done better.
Dude, but he's a simp, so he doesn't think he can do better.
Hey,
you know?
Can I ask you something, AJ? Personal
Yeah.
question for both you and Doug. Hey, Doug, have either of you been played by a girl once?
Dude, most men, 90% of men have
Yeah,
have
it's a rite of
simped or
passage, dude. Come on now.
got played by a chick.
I,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't. I don't trust any guy. I don't trust any guy that says that he hasn't or
I've been got
simped or hasn't gotten played once.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I've got before, man, and I live and learn.
And
And I think that's something that my wife is learning is that, look, I've learned from my prior mistakes, and I'm not going to put up with the same BS I did with my ex.
But that's the thing, though, is this: it's if you learn from it. See, these blue pill guys, they'll double down. See, purple pill guys are like something's rotten in Denmark, right? And then red pill guys are aha. You know what I'm saying? But there are these blue pill guys that, no, man, my divorce was my fault because I just wasn't emotionally intelligent enough to understand her needs. Beta! Right?
And
come on, man.
guys.
The reason why I get divorced so late is because I didn't learn my lesson. I should have kicked the bitch to the curb quick, fast.
Language, please.
I always on my channel. I always say, because AJ and I, we come from the biggest group of simps ever in the United States. 90s raised men, right? We had the R&B singing, Boys to Men, all that stuff. We had Urkel chasing Laura on Family Matters and freaking Roger chasing the sister twins. So us 90s raised guys, we were the most romantic group of simps ever born, but all of us got burned through divorce. So now most of us are red pill demons now, man. Just demons.
Hey,
I know
in the
I
mid
am.
90s and in the mid 90s, I was in the army. Hey,
But hey, how many of your army buddies do you see get married young? Because they were like, I can get out of the barracks.
no,
And
that's
then
why
they
I
freaking
didn't date when
marry
I was
some
in the
304.
army. That's why I didn't date in the army.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
The military
especially-
breeds simps, man.
Yeah,
Sucks,
no.
but it's true.
When I see that, I saw that bumper sticker that said, "My girlfriend's husband fights for your freedom."
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what Jody calls a basic training. The whole Jody calls, man. And that's, I mean, I know I'm oversharing again, but I did not have my first girlfriend until I was 28 because I wasn't interested in dating or any of that stuff, especially when I was in the army because I saw everybody in my platoon get played, man.
Yeah, get destroyed, dude.
I have two military stories real quick. I told the story of my friend at work right now. He wants to write a book on all the typical mistakes that young soldiers make because he made every single one of them. He's Croatian. His family came here as refugees in the 90s. So he had a green card as a refugee, but he wanted his citizenship. So he joined the military when he was 20. He married this. He was 20. He married this 27-year-old base rat with a freaking 9-year-old child. Adopted her child. They were married for 4 years. And he came home one day, and all of a sudden, his wife is crying to the MPs. He's like, "What the heck is going on here?" So his commanding officer's like, "You have to go to the barracks because your wife said that you were, AB,
Doing stuff.
USC, yeah." So he had to pack his stuff, go to the barracks for 72 hours, and she cleaned out the house, took the son, and left with another man. He had to pay $650 a month in child support for a kid that wasn't even his.
Damn.
Yeah, 9 years. Because when she divorced him, he was 9. So 9 years, right? And then I forgot the other one. If I can remember it, I'll tell it later. I was going to say
Dude,
second one.
there was this one guy. He was a knucklehead, but he married a girl that he met when he was stripping $1 bills in her G-string down in Aggieville, man. And freaking, she had 2 kids, and then his life was a whole entire mess. The guy did not make E3 one time because he was going all over Aggieville writing bad checks to support her and his kids, and the kids are not even his. Yeah. Yeah, this guy was just a
no.
goofball. I mean, he just and they ended up kicking it out.
No.
I knew another guy, good buddy of mine. He met this 304 in freaking Wichita, Kansas, man. And she played him like a fiddle, and then freaking had him drive her to California, so she could pick up her kid. I mean, that was with her old dude or whatever. And then they drove all the way to Traverse City, Michigan to drop her off. And she dumped him right there and then. And he was already considered AWOL. And for him to get back, he was stealing gas on the way back.
Wow.
And he got kicked out.
Female Marines are always pregnant.
Yeah, especially when they're about to go on deployment.
Ain't that the truth? So
during Desert Storm, they were handing out field grade Article 15s like candy to women that got pregnant right before they deployed to the Gulf.
What are Article 15?
Field grade Article 15s is non-judicial punishment, but this was at a field grade level, so it was given by a major, but mostly a lieutenant colonel. Sometimes a colonel, but yeah, field grade Article 15 stays on your military record for the rest of your career, and it will stay on. It will follow you until forever.
That's crazy.
Joseph Tootle.
And Mr. Tootle, you married Ms. Erin Botnick back in September of 2023. Is that correct?
That's correct.
How long had you known her prior to y'all's marriage?
Roughly 7 years.
7 years.
And do y'all work at the same company?
We do.
And what is your role at the company at Envision?
I'm VP of Accounting Information Systems.
Were you her
VP of Accounting Information Systems. So he gets paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He gets paid.
Like supervisor?
No.
And y'all became acquainted through your employment. Is that correct?
I knew her prior to employment. I helped her get the job.
Okay. How did you know her prior to the employment?
I met her at her work when she worked at Twin Peaks.
At where?
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks is.
Guys, Envision Healthcare, right? Envision Healthcare.
There could not be a pair of needle nose pliers that was big enough to get the hook out of his mouth.
Look at this, dude. Envision Healthcare's revenue is $14.7 billion, and they have 57,750 employees.
Yeah.
And this guy,
so he's making bank.
VP, yeah, he's making good money, man. You know what I'm saying? What an idiot!
I love her, man.
I love her, man.
Is a bar.
What's his name again? What do we know his name is?
And
John
Simperson.
Tuttle? I think it's like John. Let's see. John Tuttle.
I don't want to dox him, but I'm just kind of curious.
Envision. Yeah, John Tuttle. Envision.
Dude, can you imagine what this guy would look like if he shaved his beard?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just, that guy was not, that was
the last time that he was on here. I think we found him, and he was is this it? Hold on. Is it Patrick Tuttle? No. Either way,
that's okay. Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
We'll just leave it.
Okay, this was actually better than I was expecting whenever I typed in Twin Peaks. I was expecting something that had more poles. This just has antlers. It's like the Hooters of the
Hooters of Montana or Alaska or something crap like that.
It's Hooters with plaid and antlers hanging from the ceiling and some dead deer carcass heads on the wall. Never understood that.
Twin Peaks.
But look, doesn't it look familiar? Kinda.
But at any rate, you met her there and got her a job. Did you start a romantic relationship at that point in time?
I helped her get a job probably about 2 years ago. We kind of hung out some in between there.
Hung out some, huh?
Beta! A meeting till she got the job at our company.
You see that, guys? Guys, what did he just say? We didn't start dating until I got her the job at my company.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
When did y'all become romantically involved?
Throughout the time I've known her. Different instances.
And she was having relations with other people during that time too?
Sexual leading.
Correct.
And you,
Well, the question is, sustained it was leading, restretch your question.
are you aware of whether or not, did y'all have an exclusive relationship?
We did not.
At what point in time did marriage come into the picture?
Roughly somewhere in July, after she'd had her child.
Well, hold on.
During that time too?
Sexual leading.
Correct.
And you,
Well, the question is, sustained it was leading, restretch your question.
are you aware of whether or not, did y'all have an exclusive relationship?
We did not.
At what point in time did marriage come into the picture?
Roughly somewhere in July, after she'd had her child.
Okay.
So marriage came into the picture after she'd had her third bastard child.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Did you ask her to marry? Was it just a, hey, let's do this? I mean, what was the?
We decided to date, and then as we started dating, we decided that after knowing each other for a period of time, that was the right move to make at that time, because she stated she was in love and wanted to be with me.
Okay.
They didn't decide it. She decided it.
Exactly, and then he was still so, guys. She must have that friggin' thunder vag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at the guy. I don't think this guy wasn't, pulling.
Yeah. He wasn't pulling Twin Peaks chicks. You know what I'm saying?
No. If that guy was working at the city and
yeah. If he was driving a garbage truck,
No, yeah, you wouldn't be seeing the light of day.
And as a result of that, where were you living at the time?
In Franklin.
And where was she living?
And Dixon.
And did she have a home?
She had an apartment.
Of course.
And did you have a home?
I did.
One that you owned?
No, sorry, I was in an apartment as well.
Okay, you rented and she rented.
She rented.
So guys, he was renting an apartment, making all this money. He was on track. He was doing good. And then his moronic self dropped a tactical nuclear bomb into his own life.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to find out. I want to find out if he was married before.
Of course not. Reddit says, I wonder if this is the first girl he's ever got. Probably. Who knows?
Correct.
Okay. And so y'all decided to get in. She professed her love and you hers, and y'all decided to get married, and you start looking for a place to live.
Started looking for a place prior to that. Somewhere in July, we talked about looking for a place, so we were looking prior to being married.
Okay. And you found a home on Young Creek Highway.
Correct.
Okay. And it's a very nice home. And y'all first, did you enter into a contract prior to?
Don't leave it with us.
When did you enter into a contract to purchase the property?
In August, and I put down earnest money in August.
How much did you put down?
It's $10,000 in earnest money.
And then when was the closing scheduled?
For September 26th.
And y'all married when?
September 4th.
And on the
It's funny how that works, huh? Funny how that works, right?
26th, was there a closing on that piece of property?
He's on LinkedIn.
Correct, there
Was
was.
it placed in joint names?
Yes.
Is he? Drop it in the
Yeah, I put it in the private chat.
Let me see. Make sure. Joseph Tootle. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. VP Enterprise Accounting Information Systems. Hang on here. Look at that. Man, oh man, oh man.
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. Well, now you're an internet superstar, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, this guy could have done better. I mean, granted, he could have worked out a bit, got a little bit of better personality, not be such a knucklehead.
Or
But,
he
I
just
mean,
could have.
even that,
Look, he just could have gone to like a part of the United States, like Seattle or whatever, where there's like a bunch of Asian girls, because a lot of Asian girls' parents think that their daughter getting with any white guy is a flex, right? So I've seen nerdy white dudes with hot like Korean girls and Japanese girls. You know what I'm saying? Like
Me.
growing up in Seattle. So yeah, yeah.
Me. But here's the thing, AJ. I had to work my tail end off. I did. I mean, I had to work on my career before I became a passport bro, man.
Yeah, but here's the thing, guys. We live in a time now to where if you live in a good cheap part of the country, you make $70K a year, dude. You can do whatever the hell you want. That's the best. That's the thing. Effinism didn't count. Hold on. You used to have to be rich to be a bachelor, right? Now any guy with a decent income, a regular size house, and a couple-year-old car, you can fly wherever you want and do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was there money put down on the house?
Roughly 160 plus the 10,000.
And where was the source of that money?
Came from my income. 120 was in savings. 40 I took a loan against my 401k.
Oh!
Ouch! Ouch!
Oh!
All right, guys, you ready? Guys, let's count the strikes, okay? Single mom, strike 1. Pregnant single mom, strike 2. Then she was working at Twin Peaks, strike 3. She was seeing other dudes while they were quote unquote dating, strike 4. He married her, strike 5. He bought a $700,000 house in Tennessee, strike 6. He put $160,000 down in a $700,000 house. What was that? Strike 6, right? Strike 6. He borrowed money. It's his 401k. Strike 7. He helped her get the child support case on her bastard kid's dad. Strike 8. What am I'm missing? Yeah, there's a lot.
On that 401k loan, he has to make like payments. It has to pay it off in 5 years, and he has to make quarterly payments.
Yep.
And if I recall correctly, if he does it, that's considered taxable income.
He said this man is Jesus.
Mary, Joseph, and Francis.
Is there still a loan on the 401k?
Yes. Comes out of my paycheck month.
How much did y'all purchase the home for?
It was $760.
Ah!
And what is the monthly payments?
$4,200.
$4,200 a month. Clown world, guys. The Simpo meter, guys.
It's over 9,000.
That doesn't include insurance and taxes.
And that's going to be the next. Was insurance and taxes escrowed in?
It was not escrowed in.
Why?
So other than when you purchased it in September, the down payment that you made, are you familiar with any other increases in value or any improvements to the property that's been made that would increase it significantly from what the purchase price was?
There's been no improvements to the property.
Did both of you sign the mortgage?
I'm the only one on the mortgage.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that. He's the only one on the mortgage. Look at that.
Is he the only one on the deed?
They're both on the deed.
Say it, AJ.
Guys. Hold on. Guys. Clown world. You guys.
He should have freaking bought it before they got married and then like put it in a trust or put it in his brother's name or something like that. The stupidity of
Yeah, but if he was thinking it wouldn't he wouldn't even be here if he'd been thinking it like that at the beginning.
Yeah,
like he was whipped from He was whipped from the time he pushed the doors open to go into the restaurant the first time.
George, how's it going? Tom, how's it going? Let me see. Conrad, what's up, man?
He was done from the first drink order.
Dude, this guy was thinking with his.
I know the moment that those mozzarella sticks came out, he was
it's cooked. That was
The
it.
mozzarella sticks are probably bigger than him.
You know why?
It was better to qualify for interest rate under my income than using both.
So even though
That's
the
what-
house is in joint names, the mortgage is only in your name.
Correct.
Now, shortly at, do you know how much she makes?
Roughly,
What is that?
around 22. I think when she got the job it was around 21, and there's been raises since then.
Oh yeah, a whole dollar. Woo!
And how much do you make, sir?
Around to 190.
You've assisted me.
And that's without bonus, but bonus isn't guaranteed, so.
You have assisted me in filling out an income and expense statement, is that correct?
That's correct.
He's making,
Pass this to you.
so he's making $220 a year for sure.
Yeah, but
Bonuses are guaranteed if you do your job.
And
Well-
he's been at the company for 28 years.
Well, they're gonna talk about this though because this knuckleheaded blonde demon's gonna try and say that he makes way more than that because he's probably clearing like almost $300,000 a year, because he gets quarterly bonuses, 20,000 here, 15,000 there, blah blah. So they're not guaranteed. He's trying to say that so that they look at his income and it doesn't show how much he makes. But she's gonna have her lawyer argue that his income is guaranteed, and because he was probably while she was giving him that thunder throat. So how much money you make again? Well, I make about $290,000 a year after my bonuses. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, because he'll be playing it up.
Yep.
The officer's gonna pass you one, and Your Honor, we'll mark this for ID purposes at this point in time.
All right.
Could you review that? Does that adequately and reflect what your income and your expenses are?
Yes.
So again, what you're looking at is you gross about $14,000 a month. Is that right?
Yes.
And then the expenses that are spelled out, the rent, the mortgage is $4,200. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And how did you come up with the utilities? Are those just an average of what?
That was the average of what we'd had thus far, but again, this was in January, so there's only a couple of months to average it.
Right, so again, you've got the electricity and the gas. You have gas heat, correct?
We have gas, electric, water, yes.
Okay, and so again, with the summer and the air conditioning things, those are likely to go up. Is that correct? Do you know what the, I'll reference it.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Say again?
I was gonna say, I don't know what they, what sort of like the average age of the people that are in the live stream right now, but this is basically this is like the textbook argument for not getting involved with women like this. This plays out day in, day out across the continent. This is exactly why, if don't get involved with these kinds of chicks.
Yeah,
Do not.
This is why Gen
X
X
are so oblivious to the fact that this is why the red pill exists in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, once again, everyone in the chat, I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you agree that about every 23 months, what do we always hear? Oh, the red pill is dead. Oh, the red pill is dead. Right? Oh no, but guys, every day there's more Gen X and older millennial men getting their balls caved in by divorce, right? They did everything that they were supposed to do. And now the wife has the house, the wife has the kids, she has freaking Nug in the house with her, right? And he's just, just blasting up the club. And he's sitting there in his parents' basement or in his studio apartment, right?
Because that's the thing. Because the only reason why this guy is sitting right there in that courtroom is to get laid. That was the only reason. Period.
These guys log online, and a video pops up on YouTube, guys, and it's Red Pill, and it's all of us Red Pill guys waiting on the pile of tires.
2 days ago, I saw a vehicle that had hauled that tanker. You want to get out of here? You talk to me.
That's exactly it. It's exactly it. Like,
Right
seriously,
there, guys.
Long
Right
live
there.
the Red Pill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
guys,
long live.
I'm telling you, every time that they have tried to take our sphere down, we've just adapted. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can ever imagine. You know what I'm saying?
But I will say this: Saint Kevin left us too early.
Yeah. The worst thing he did was die too soon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But guys, once again, I think the couple things that the RP needs to get away from is trying to have the next have a Red Pill leader.
Yeah,
no. Guys, there's multiple guys saying different things. You don't have to agree with what all of us says because all of us say different things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But guys, watch support who you want to support, guys. And also, this beefing needs to stop. I don't understand why you will have 2 Red Pill guys that are saying 99% the same thing, that 1% that they agree on, and all of a sudden it's like they come after each other. Why? Garrett Grant, what's up,
Purity
man?
test.
Good to see you, man.
Why do they do it? That's a good question. Why does it happen? I think it happens because
who said that? Let me see.
I think it's because it's independent. It's independent thinking, right? Like I think that people and people have strong opinions about it, but I think it's independent thinking. That's why I think people, pick apart on the details. But I think it's like anything. Like I don't think there's any question about the main direction. There's no question about that.
Well, that's because they can't refute our arguments.
Mm-hmm.
They refute who says it and how it's said, but not if it's correct. And guys, here's the thing. Put a 1 if you agree. All these blue pill guys, all these trad cons, all these Crowders, right? They will get got. They will get got.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's the one thing, guys. They're gonna be that freaking war-scarred dude, finally dragging himself with one leg out of no man's land back to, you know what I'm saying? That's how it works. It's just a matter of time. And another thing, this is why tradcons can't stand the whole RP, because they want to dominate the male empowerment sphere, but their message is male enslavement, not male empowerment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Guys are waking up. We aren't stupid. And here's the thing. Guys have an innate sense of fairness and looking for what's just.
Yep.
When we want to see everyone treated fairly, including ourselves. Guys, I think Jordan Peterson said that modern academia has basically boiled down all relationships or all interactions between two parties as oppressed and oppressor. So they take every single thing. Marriage is patriarchy. Parents should be friends with their kids. Every single the Europeans are all everything is a contest and not something that people can enter into consensually, right? So
that's.
Wait a second. If marriages are patriarchal, then explain lesbians getting married.
They don't stay married.
But they say that even that is them having internalized misogyny because they believe in marriage, right? So what he said, and I can pull up the clip is once you do that, then you can't really build bonds because they're trying to. Not everything's about power, right? Because if Oliver is the CEO of freaking Walmart making $5 million a year, and then he's taking a boxing class, and in that boxing gym, if he's new, he doesn't have any power anymore. He's gonna get his butt whooped in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But because he's a white guy who makes $5 doesn't mean everywhere he goes in the world he has power. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I would never, and I'll be honest with you, I would never survive in the boxing ring with someone built like, for example, Muhammad Ali. Okay,
Yeah.
it just won't happen.
But the issue is that academia always tries to say, look, oh yeah, this is all about the oppressor and the oppressed. And once you identify who the oppressed are, then they are automatically good and the oppressor is automatically bad. And the oppressed automatically have the moral high ground, and anyone who allies with the oppressed has the moral high ground by proxy. And you guys know where this played out? Guys, don't say the names of these countries, please. The situation and the place with the small hats. How many times have we seen LDHD TV and women showing out for the other group when you can't be an ethnicist or be an LDHD TV in that small part of the world? That's next to the small hat place. You can't be a transformer there. They'll throw you off a building. But because they've been identified as the oppressed, everyone thinks that they have the moral high ground to the other group, and therefore we should align with them, because if we show out for them, then we're automatically on the right side of history, and we're automatically on the side of justice. Including all these, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? So
Think that these will be consistent, or will they fluctuate?
Gas will probably go down, electric will probably go up.
Why have you got wife's telephone? Is that just
At
her?
the time I filed, I was paying her phone bill.
Of course you were.
She used my credit card multiple times after I'd paid it once to pay it.
And then, again, the rest of these are average expenses, is that right?
That's right. And the only thing on here I haven't been paying is the Tahoe. I stopped paying it in January.
And that's the 1,050, and that's the
That's
vehicle
correct.
she's driving. And
Hey,
you
AJ, I
appreciate-
gotta go to
stop
bed.
and
You
hit
guys
the
have a
like
good night.
button, guys. Stop and hit the like button. I appreciate that, guys. I'm gonna try and hit 100 likes. Thanks
Hey,
so much.
AJ.
Obviously paid it.
Yeah.
AJ, I gotta go to bed. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Cool. All right, man. Cool.
Thank you.
Hey, let's jump in the Discord, man, and we'll plan a travel life.
I think I'm already in the Discord. I just haven't popped on.
Yeah, hit me up on a private
Give me a
friend
sec
request.
here. All right. Bye.
All right, buddy. Take it easy.
I've been paying it since we bought it.
And when was it purchased?
We purchased it in August.
Right before the marriage.
Right
So
before the
he was paying her Tahoe payment too.
Whose name is it in?
It's in both of our names.
Ah.
She couldn't qualify on her own for it
Look at that.
with a good interest rate.
And so, again, looking at that, you're basically barely breaking even if you take away the $1,000.
I was until she started paying her bills.
Okay, until she started paying her bills. Okay. Tell me what's led to you Yarna, we'll move that in as the next exhibit.
This
What's
is the
led
first
you-
exhibit, is it not?
Yes, that first one. What's led to you filing this divorce, sir?
We started having issues in October, which was relatively shortly after being married. She even told me that her therapist and her had discovered that through their therapy that she wasn't really in love with me.
So listen, and think about the dichotomy of this guy's life. At work, he's a VP of accounting information systems. So he's been at the company for like 28 years. He's got a lot of juice, a lot of influence, a lot of status at that company. Like, he's a big man at that company. He's pulling down big dollars. He's got a lot of authority. He's probably got I don't know how many DR like people are reporting to him, but he's a big guy. And look at him sitting here in this chair. His shoulders are slooped. He's like getting grilled about this shit. He's, like, it's weird, eh? He's just being this guy's just being diminished here.
Yep.
He's just being diminished here. He's actually a pretty big man in his own world, He's done well for himself, and he's sitting here, his hands in his lap. He's, not projecting his voice. He's just
not at
he's
all.
like a beaten down guy.
Yeah, beaten down dog, man. Yep. It's sad, isn't it? And that girl that he's with.
You're a bum.
And that she wanted consistency and stability for her kids, and thought that she could love me over time.
Look at that. Guys, so she said it. She said she didn't love her therapist helped her figure out that she didn't love him, but only wanted stability. It didn't take a therapist for her to figure that out.
Point in time, we talked about getting a divorce. We tried to work it out multiple times, and we kind of wound up back at the same spot.
So she had to go to therapy to figure out she didn't love you?
Objection leading.
Sustained.
Has she contributed anything financially to this marriage?
Other than groceries for her and her kids, no.
What about has she made any threats towards you?
Multiple.
Tell me about those.
We got into an argument.
Verbal argument, physical argument, what?
Verbal argument. I'm not a physical person. And we talked about in
That's
that
obvious.
argument, divorce came up, and she wanted me out of the house.
Look at that.
She said she would throw herself against the wall and call the cops, say I did it. That was one occasion. Another occasion, she threatened, or she said she'd called the cops. So I said I'd come to the house, wait for the cops to get there. They never came. Recently, as 2 weeks ago, she said that she was going to call the cops, that I'd hit her in front of her 12-year-old, which obviously I didn't. So multiple times that's happened. To the point where I had to get a camera for the room I stay in to make sure that anything would be videoed to show that I'm not a physical person.
And is she asking you to assist her with the children?
When the marriage was going okay, I helped take them to school. I helped buy food. I did multiple things.
And have you asked her if there have been issues where there has been damage done to the marital residence at the hands of the children?
There have, and I was lied to about what had happened. Cabinet door was broken. She told me she fell holding the baby, and that's what broke the cabinet. Come to find out, the 12-year-old told me that he broke it. He didn't know that I'd been lied to about that. When I asked her about the tree in the front yard that got run over, she said she was driving. And then, of course, there's other things that have happened, but it's always implied that I'm going to pay to fix it.
Okay. If they've been, I may have misunderstood, are they shooting bows and arrows or something?
He was shooting bow and arrow at in the garage at a box. But of course, accuracy is not always on, so there are multiple holes from that. Another thing that kind of got me a little bit, I guess, I came home one day, we were in a fight, and they were going to do a fire in the fire pit that we have, even though we were in the middle of a drought and a heavy windstorm. And when I said not to do it, I was told that not to talk to our kids at all that day.
Right there, guys. Right there. Toothless lion in his own house. Look at that.
They did not start the fire, thankfully.
And you care for her children.
I do.
The fact of finding out that there's possibly untruths that are being told and that don't want her children put in the middle of that, do you?
Not at all.
Do you feel safe living there in the home while she's there?
I don't think she would do anything to me physically, but I do worry that if she were to have multiple threats, that at some point the threats are going to come true for her, saying that she'll call the cops and say I did something, which I would never do.
And how many occasions has she threatened that?
3 different. She's threatened to call the cops 4 times, but 3 of
Yeah, getting M2'd, right?
4
Yep.
times.
There it is, using the M2.
4 times.
Yep.
She was trying to imply that I had done something.
Okay.
Yep.
And have you ever been physically abusive to her?
No.
You ever laid hands on her in any type of an aggressive or inappropriate manner?
No.
Yeah, he doesn't look like that type of
Her
guy.
mother's living there.
Correct.
Is she contributing anything financially?
She watches the kids and helps clean the house, but nothing financially.
Was there a discussion about that prior to her moving in?
I was told she was coming to visit, and then after she'd been there for a little bit, I basically said that she was going to stay there through the winter because it was cold. She has a pull-behind trailer that she has property on, or she has property she could put it on. But there was never really a formal discussion of how long she was going to be there.
But is she bathing and fixing her meals and
Yes.
sleeping there?
Yes.
She contributing anything to the utilities?
No.
Of course
Your
not.
wife contributing anything to the utilities or to the upkeep and the maintenance of the home?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Yeah, Steve M, yeah.
Are you capable of maintaining the home and continuing to pay for it?
Yeah, Steve. She just moved her mother up in there. You know what I'm saying? Of course.
Yes.
If the court determines that she's entitled to any
Don't
equity
marry
as a
your
result of it,
servers.
do you have the availability to buy her out of whatever the court deems would be her appropriate share?
Not at this time. It's all in the home.
Everything is in the home, is that correct?
That's correct. My entire down payment.
Yes. Other than the threats and the non-contribution financially, is there any other reason why you want her and the children and her mother out?
No.
That's all. Thank you. Now, Mr. Edel's going to have some questions for you.
Here we go. Cross-examination time.
Yeah.
All right, so, Mr. Tootle, you've known Ms. Botnick for years.
Roughly 7 or 8.
You got married September 4th, 2023.
Right.
You knew she had an infant child at that time, correct?
Correct.
You knew she had 2 other children, ages 12 and 10, correct?
Correct.
And you knew they would be residing in the house with you and your wife, correct? You did?
Yes, correct.
All right.
Yeah, Waterstar, his coworkers have to be laughing at him.
Oh, I
This
know.
point.
Brutal, right?
He's a
Brutal.
laughing stock, guys. Laughing stock.
Brutal.
So you didn't have a problem with that?
No.
And you testified that you like her kids?
Yes.
The internet is forever. Brutal.
Now, with respect to her mother, you and Ms. Botnick had a conversation about her mother coming to live there, correct?
Coming to visit.
And then subsequently, you had a conversation about her mother continuing to stay there, and you agreed to it.
We agreed she could stay until winter was over.
So it's your testimony that you and Ms. Botnick had a discussion where you agreed that her mother would just come there for a very short period of time until winter. Is that your testimony?
Yeah, my testimony is that we talked about it. Being newlywed, I agreed to do it. It would upset my wife.
What did you
Come on,
specifically
Mom, move
agree
in
to?
with
When was
me. I
your
got a
mother
rich
supposed to
guy
move
in the
out?
hook.
They said after winter, so I'm assuming after winter is March. April.
Okay, that's an assumption, isn't it?
It is an assumption.
After winter.
Right.
All right. Do you like Ms. Botnick's mother?
I do. We get along.
Okay. So no issue there. You agree that she helps out the children and that you like the children.
Correct.
I want to talk about this shooting of a bow and arrow in the garage.
Here we go.
Okay. You testified that, who was it? Which child was it?
It was Ryder.
Okay, so Ryder sets up this box, which, was that like a little target?
I'm assuming, yes.
Is this kind of a toy bow and arrow? I mean, it's not like a compound bow that
It's a real
matter.
arrow.
Okay,
But
so
it was a makeshift bow that he made.
like appropriate for a child.
I mean, it's a stick with, I don't know what's appropriate for a child. Appropriate for a child would not be a real arrow with a live head on it, right?
Okay, well, describe the arrow then.
It's an arrow that you would use to hunt deer.
Okay, so it's just got a normal end on it, correct? It's like a small arrow.
No, it's a real full-size arrow that you would use to hunt deer with. Not a crossbow arrow, not a toy arrow. It's a real hunting arrow.
Okay, so Ryder is shooting at this target, correct?
Ryder.
Correct.
And he misses, and the arrow goes into the wall. Is that correct?
I'm assuming based on the holes in the wall behind the target, I was not present.
Okay, there are 2 holes.
There's 5.
Okay, 5. Describe the holes.
They're the holes of an arrow.
Okay.
They're pencil and what's the size of an arrow? Size of a pencil. or so.
Size of the end of that pen, maybe?
No, bigger than that.
Well, how big? You just said a pencil.
I'd say an arrow is what, maybe 2 centimeters?
Well, you just testified like a pencil.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're similar size.
I think
So is the hole about the size of a number?
JJ was asking about his no fault. I think this is Tennessee, and I just Googled it or grokked it, and it said that it depends. It
Well, either way,
depends.
he's cooked. You know what I'm saying? I think the state that has the most, well, I don't want to say it fair, but the most favorable divorce laws is Missouri, if I'm not correct.
Missouri.
I think they have a cap on alimony and a cap child support that's pretty low.
Mhm.
Texas has a low cap on child support. I mean has a pretty good cap on child support too. So
Number 2 pencil.
Roughly.
Okay.
I didn't measure.
You would agree with me that if it's 2 holes or 5 holes, that's a pretty easy fix.
It's a pretty easy fix.
Doesn't
My concern
matter.
was not the holes. My concern is the safety of doing things like that inside the house.
yeah, when you met this chick, your concern shouldn't have been the holes either. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he had a box with a target on it inside the garage with a wall on the back side of it, correct?
Shooting from a range of about 2 feet where things can, ricochet off.
That didn't happen, did it?
I wasn't there, so I don't know 100%.
How do you know he's shooting from 2 feet?
Because I saw it on the video.
Oh.
So, Mr. Tootle, do you have a copy of your income and expense statement you testified to? You have it in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. So you testified that you make gross approximately $190,000 a year.
That's salary without bonus. And bonus is
Okay.
not guaranteed, though.
Okay, so you
So
make
this is based on my guaranteed income.
okay, so you make more than $190,000.
Yes.
Okay.
On a good year.
Okay, well, let's talk last year. What was your bonus last year?
Here we go.
Bonus was 40% of my salary.
Okay, so give me a number.
40% of 180 at the time. So I don't know, what's that? 70,000
Yeah.
So you got $70,000 bonus.
200 and what?
minus taxes.
250.
35%.
Okay, but you said 180,000.
250.
Yeah.
And a $70,000
250.
bonus.
Right.
That's $250,000.
But I don't get it at the end of the year. Right.
Okay.
It's paid quarterly, just for the record.
When's the last time you didn't get a bonus? Yeah, but you know what though? This-
40% is not what
the
you get
truth
off.
is, the truth is, this guy, like, seriously, he led. I mean, for sure, obviously, he led with his money, so he's kind of, he's kind of paying a price here.
Yeah.
So, like, he didn't, he's not pulling down chicks like this, looking the way he is without using his money. So, he's paying the price here. But there was a point at which calling out those numbers, he was calling out those numbers to her, and it was getting them laid. So I don't feel too sorry for him.
Doesn't understand, man.
Yeah. Because he was using it. For sure he was using it,
It just
For sure.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Guys, you can't be this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why you
Yeah.
can't
All the
lead.
time.
You
Sometimes
can't
when-
lead. You can't lead with your money. You
Yeah.
can't lead with your money, even though it's tempting.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're,
Percent.
That wasn't
Keep going.
yeah, you just you can't, like, for the people in the chat, like, if you're, like, even if you're doing well financially, leading with your wallet is a disaster.
Yeah,
it's a disaster. I mean, I fall into that trap. Like I'm not Lily White here. You know, I've fallen into that trap too. Like you're feeling it's always a fail. It's always a fail because if it's always a fail because it'll get you into trouble. You never win with it. You never win.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
My question, when's the last time you didn't get a bonus?
I haven't had it's been a couple of years.
So you didn't get a bonus 2 years ago?
I'm saying it's been years.
Years?
Yeah.
Okay. Think a decade?
Maybe.
Okay. Mr. Tootle, every year you get a sizable bonus, don't you? You're under
Sizable,
oath.
yeah, sizable, yeah.
So when you say bonus is not guaranteed, that's a little misleading, isn't it?
No, that's the terms of the bonus.
Okay.
Bonus is 40%. 40% is if we hit max terms of the company.
Okay.
That's not misleading.
Your track record is that you've gotten bonus for years and years
Yes.
without fail, correct?
Mr. Hurdle, just to tell you, I don't control my bonus. It's based on company performance.
I understand you don't control it, but I'm asking you a question about
I get-
the historic bonuses
Yes,
you've
I
received.
get bonuses year after year.
Okay. So when you fill out this income expense statement, you've got $14,191, correct?
Correct.
My math is if I multiply that by 12, I get $169,092.
At the time, that was my salary.
At what time?
At the time I filed this. I've
Okay.
had a raise since then to push me up close to 190. And that's salary. I was
And
told to
you
fill this
still
out
had to be
without
with
bonus.
a single mom.
Okay, well, last year, a minute ago, you testified that last year you made $180,000 instead of $190 and a $70,000 bonus.
Yeah, so I'm off a little bit on my number here.
You are, well, you're off quite a bit, aren't you?
I'd say, what, I said 180, 169,
You're off
170?
about $80,000.
No, 80, that's bonus. And I just told you under oath that.
Well, you said
Didn't
this is
get
based
bonus
on
in-
last year. Last year, you said you made $180
No, this-
plus $70,000.
This is based, and when I filled this out, it was based on the paycheck I was getting at that time.
Well,
I've gotten a raise since then.
It says
Gotcha.
April 2024, the top.
But that's not when I filled this out and submitted it to my attorney. I filled it out in January.
Knucklehead.
So you're making
Yeah, and the other thing is-
$169,000 in January.
And the other thing is like if he's making money.
Yeah.
So he's making money. He's got a solid career, totally solid career. He's got good solid savings, and you don't need to go and find a hot chick at a restaurant.
At Hooters.
Like you don't have to go.
Twin
You don't have to
Peaks.
go there. You can go. Like if you want to lead with your wallet, fine, but don't go to a bar to do it. Like
Yeah.
don't shoot your shot there. Like
understand
you can go to better places.
Yep.
January,
It
base
was
salary?
170, 180, somewhere in there.
Well, you said, again.
It's kind of lazy.
Last year, you said I made $180,000 plus $70,000 in bonus.
Roughly 250, yeah.
Okay, so last year you made $180,000, and then, as we said here today, you're making $190. And at some point in between, you made $169,000.
No,
Well, can you explain that? I mean,
I pulled this right off of my payment. My payroll.
6 months.
fair to say you make $250,000 a year at least.
Not every year.
It's fair to say you made that last year.
Yes.
Bottom line, Mr. Tootle, this is not an accurate statement, is it?
No, it's accurate in terms of expenses and what I pay out every month.
Okay, but income's not accurate.
Income's off by maybe, what, a couple $100?
Seems like it's off more than that.
I can
I'm going to object to the soliloquy or the conversations that he wants to have. He wants to ask a question.
Yeah. Are you,
All right,
is
he's not
there a
answering the question.
in here?
He has testified that last year he made $180,000. He's making $190 now. His income.
When I said 180, that was based on salary alone.
Mr. Tootle, if you'd be quiet when we're talking, okay?
So, Your Honor, he has testified that last year he made a base salary of $180,000.
Which he did.
Plus a $70,000 bonus.
Yes.
He testified when Ms. Roberts was questioning him that his base salary is $190,000.
Exactly.
With no guaranteed bonus.
That's true.
He said that he filled this statement out in January and his income was accurately reflected on here at that time being $169,000. That doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. And 180 last year, 190 now, and somehow during the meantime, it dipped down to 169 in January. And that's just my question.
Restate your question.
Okay.
No,
Mr.
what are you
Tootle,
talking about, dude?
Did you testify earlier that last year you made $180,000 base salary approximate plus
Let's skip ahead.
$70,000? So, Mr. Tootle, I want to talk about the house marital residence.
Here we go, guys.
So you all closed on that house on September 26, 2023.
Look at that.
Do you agree with me on that?
Yes.
I just want to provide to you a copy, asking to identify it.
Judge, we stipulate and agree, and it's been testified that the home is in joint names.
Judge, I would then ask the warranty deed to be next exhibit.
All right, make the warranty deed Exhibit 2.
So, when you all got married, September 4th, you knew what...
Let's take a brief little intermission, guys. You ready?
Are you showing something?
Oops. Sorry, guys. Wrong screen. Sorry. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I missed.
Well, just I would just say this, that
What are you saying?
I was gonna say it's not uncommon, like for this woman, it's not uncommon. Like I know personally, I know women who work in high-end department stores specifically to meet men, rich men.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know,
But-
I know of an
but guys-
example. I know an example of where like in her 20s, she goes to work at a high end store and actually meets a guy.
But that's how it used to be. We all know about the MRS degree, right? All
Yep.
these chicks who just went to college to marry an engineer, marry a lawyer, marry a doctor. That's how it was. That's
Yep.
why right around junior year and senior year, you would see all the hot girls hanging out around the law school, the medical school, the engineering school. That's how it went.
And that's the whole thing. So which really kind of brings this thing close circle, because it's not bad. Like it's fine for this guy who wasn't pulling babes when he was coming up in his career. Now he's got some money. Now he's looking to get married. It's not a problem to want that, but it's where he went to get it.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Just want to take so many of our rights away.
Which one do you think is the most fundamental, outside of the right to choose? Like, what else are we worried about in the next coming 4 years?
That's a hard question because it seems that the scope of what they want to take is so broad that it's hard for me to right now put into words because it's such an emotional time that it's hard for me to just very calmly put these things into like a rational perspective.
So this is
word salad, right?
Kamala's speech writer.
yeah, word salad gets it.
Guys, look.
I went on a date and it's like, it was good. And then yet, like, I'm just tired of, like, I don't know. The bill came. The bill didn't come. He asked for the bill. And in French, he said 2 bills. And then so they came. And I was like, if someone says, I want to take you out, then I want to be taken out, which means to me, to pay and whatever. So we did that.
And she's
Is that
crying.
is that in
this,
France?
guys.
Is that in France or is that Quebec?
I don't know, but guys, either way, she's crying over this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that.
That I paid, and it's fine. And then after, I was honest, and I just said it, like, I don't know, because I said, like, yeah, I thought you were gonna take me out, and like, to me that means pay. And then suddenly his English wasn't so good anymore.
Sorry.
She started getting in his face. She's like, frog legs, right?
He was like, I don't understand what you mean. I was honest and like, whatever. What else do I have to lose? I just want to be honest because there's a way that I want to be treated. And like, I might as well just tell someone, like, what else do I have to lose? I don't know. And then like afterwards, he was like, next time I'll pay. Like unprompted, he said that after we were having another conversation. I said, okay. And then he said, are you free this week? And I said, yeah. And then I texted him after and I'm like, I had a nice time, thanks. And then he read it and didn't respond. And it's like, okay, I don't know. Like, I'm just tired of...
Yeah, but
I'm happy I was honest.
No patience for these girls that have like a roster of guys in their dating apps and they want to be courted. They're like, oh, I want to be courted, but I'm going to be going on 10 dates in the next 2 weeks. You know?
Sad, man.
Yep.
Sad. Yeah. Okay, and let's do another one. Look at this. Wait. I can't show this one, but look, guys.
I should not have just watched that video, y'all. So I just saw a video of a pregnant woman. Oh my God, I'm trying not to cry. That got jumped at her own baby shower.
What? Was it on the street though?
Guys, no, it was at her own baby shower. She had a baby shower, right?
Right.
Guys, and all these chicks ran in, right?
Ellie, I'm gonna kill you, you fucking whore. I'm gonna kill your bitch ass, bitch.
And I'm talking about this was a surprise baby shower that her so-called friends had thrown for her. And she lost her baby, y'all.
Look at that.
The baby did not make it. And when I tell you, like I said, it was, oh my God, it made me literally cry. They set her up, they had her meet at a certain location, and then when she tried to leave and open the car door, the person in the car would not unlock the door. So that person knew about it as well. So she had absolutely nobody at that baby shower that was actually rooting for her and supporting her. Everybody at that baby shower was had secret animosity towards her and took her baby's life. I believe her name is Shamaya. Forgive me.
Oh, now it's a baby now, huh?
Yeah, now it's a baby.
I thought it was a clump of cells, right?
I'm pronouncing that wrong. Y'all, this is sad, man. This is sad. Please be careful who your friends are. So they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I shouldn't.
Well, look at that. And guys, we'll do one more here.
You're a woman that goes into the gym and you ask yourself, like, why does every man stare at me? Why don't I get approached by these men? Is something wrong with me? I'm gonna tell you the answer. I'm not being delulu. This is just facts. I know it, and I've heard it from men saying why they don't approach me. The reason why you are not getting approached is because these men see you as a woman with high value. A lot of men.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run on.
I just want to have fun. So they go and push themselves on women that they think don't have high value. This is the truth. Like, I'm trying to be kind, but that is the truth. If you are not getting approached in a place where everyone's breaking their necks to stare at you, they know that if they approach you, you will hurt their ego. And they know that you are better than them. Men can sense if a woman is better than them, and that intimidates them. That just makes them scared, like, oh shit, like, no woman can be better than me. And personally, I take this as a compliment if I'm out in public getting a lot of stares.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Isn't that crazy, guys?
Yep.
Guys, here you
just
go. Here we go.
delusion.
Guys, yeah. Captain Palsy, Water Star, Robin's Fly. Guys, get ready for this. Guys, I think this has to be the most delusional thing that you will hear. Guys, are you ready for this? Mobile Rider, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Women were the ones making the weapons, tools, and grandmas were the best hunters of the.
A recent archaeological study shows that women were the best weapon makers and huntresses. In that group, elderly women, i.e. the grandmothers, were the best huntresses. This completely challenges the patriarchy-centered research that's been done, which has shaped the unconscious biases of humans, making us believe that women do not make good leaders. This also challenges the toxic patriarchal notion that women lose value as we age. Considering this recent archaeological discovery, women gained more value as they aged.
Is she
An old
describing a
woman was
sci-fi
the
book
best
she's gonna be
huntress,
writing?
and we're absolutely certain that she was the wise one, the one that people turn to for nurture and advice as well. It is possible that with early humans, matriarchy was common. Women being excellent providers, nurturers, and supporters. Helplessness and powerlessness are mental conditioning that patriarchy has instilled in a woman through her upbringing and expectations. You're a natural leader. Own your power. That huntress blood still runs through your veins.
You've been had. You've
Uh-huh.
been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled.
That's being taught in the schools, though, right? That's what's being taught. That's what this is
Guys.
what.
Guys, I got nothing, guy.
Well, it's what's being taught. This is what's being taught, and this is what, like, all the college degrees that are getting pumped out. They're not getting pumped out in STEM.
No, not
It's not
well,
STEM.
No,
it's all this
but
stuff.
not
right?
just that, though. Even if you were in a soft science or a social science, you were still learning truthful things, right? You can study sociology and study political science. There's actual, like, there's actually some type of theory between that's actually proven where you can do some type of, like, sociological or, like, political predictions, right? What happens is once wokeness comes in, and just like Jordan Peterson said, it boils everything down into the oppressor and the oppressed relationships. These people look through all this stuff, there's thousands of years of archaeological digs and all this other stuff, and this whole bulk of archaeological knowledge and studying of societies and all that stuff to find. It's like ultimate confirmation bias, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this one thing that fits my narrative. And they found, let's just put our dunce caps on, right? Let's just put our dunce caps on. Let's give them this. Let's just say, right? I'm not saying it's true. Let's say that they did find one cave with a painting that showed that women had sticks and were like, does that disprove the other, like, millions and millions of cave paintings and papyruses and other things that we found that show the opposite? Absolutely insane.
It because that's the whole these exceptions, they don't disprove the rule.
This is like the whole two-spirit thing. Oh, there was one tribe that mentioned the two spirits, and that's fake, by the way, guys. Right? But guys, here's the thing. Mobile guys, put a one. Have you heard of the whole two-spirit thing? It's basically saying that, like, Western cisgendered hetero white men are the only ones that actually considered two genders, and everyone else, all the rest of the world, was all about LDHD TV, all because one North American Native American tribe might have been had some two-spirit thing. You know what I mean? Whatever, right? So now they've used that one example to try and say that all the rest of the world, China, Japan, Mongolia, whatever, had no gender binary.
Yep.
When, guys, matter of fact, there's a tribe in Africa where the men speak a completely different language than the women. The women speak one language, the men speak the other. It's an old tribe. Yes, they understand each other, but the men speak a language, the women speak a language. How is that possible if only cisgendered hetero white men in Europe recognize gender?
Yeah,
Guys, what type of peyote are these knuckleheads smoking? Like, what is going on?
It's people going through their education, and their education, their classes consist of people giving their opinions.
Yeah.
And no opinion's wrong, no matter how absurd. And basically
no.
people just sit around patting each
One
other on the
opinion's
back.
wrong, but they're insulated. You will not see any conservatives, any independents, or any moderates on college campus. If there are, they just shut up. And
Yeah, what I
keep
mean
their
is
friggin' mouth shut. Yeah.
Yeah, what I mean is in the group, in the class, nobody, everybody can come up with any garbage.
Yeah.
And they're
so
not,
they'll
and they're
like
not, and they're,
spout these arguments with all this confidence, and the moment there's any pushback, they're shocked. They're like, "Wait a minute, you don't agree that there's 8,348 genders?"
Yep.
You're like, no, and they're like, "Wait, what?" They think that you're the person that has a third eye in the middle of their forehead. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, that's you.
Yeah.
Yes, college used to help prepare you for like corporate America and other parts of the real world. Now these kids have no idea.
And this is the problem. So to the point you raised yesterday when you'd raised the point about what can men do aside from you're saying, okay, we have there's the global problem, but what do you do on the ground? What can men do? And we're saying that men really are just backing away from society. But the problem I see is that women have a stranglehold on elementary schools. Like 75 or 78% of elementary school teachers are women.
Yeah.
And women are graduating college in higher numbers, and they're predominantly in the social sciences. So this is a growing problem. So to head this off? Well,
I'll tell you why. Is because we have 3 generations of women now being held back by college, right? They went into these soft sciences and all this foolishness, and they're falling behind, right? Then all these colleges are closing. A record number of colleges close every year because men have stopped going to college. Almost 70% of all students are female.
Yeah.
And then you see men are dropping out at record rates. The college model's not sustainable with men just walking away from college. You know what I'm saying? So there's all these schools that are closing down.
I hope they are, but I mean, but with all the with the loan forgiveness, to me it seems like this services
never gonna happen, dude. Because Orange Man's gonna take care of that. Look at this, guys. Colleges closing. Look at this. Oops. That's.
Are you on the?
I'm trying to look.
Okay.
All of these are all.
If men, I didn't know that if men are walking
Northwestern College,
yeah,
which has been operating for more than a century, has closed its doors. The school in South suburban Oak Lawn says the abrupt decision to shut down was based on financial reasons. Students who accepted federal financial aid may be eligible to apply for a closed school loan discharge.
So this is one of them. Look, there's all these reports. This is Bloomberg and their copy, right? CNBC, that's copyright. College.
Well, I hope. I mean, I like
on the decline. Look at that.
I'll have to look into that and into how the men leaving college is impacting them. But like that's the risk that I see is that this ideology is being taught in our elementary schools and junior highs.
Yeah,
it's primarily like a gynocentric ideology being taught, and so we've got that happening in the school system, and then we've got women attending college.
If you know this, but think about how much better schools were in the 80s when a good chunk of the teachers were male. Remember, in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, like I think that the majority of teachers were actually males. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
and then it shifted. Here it is.
Alone, dozens of schools.
Students at Cardinal Stretch University have to find a new school for their education next year. The school announced yesterday they will close at the end of the academic year. That's next month.
This is
President Dr. Dan Scholes noted a downward enrollment trend, the pandemic, and the need for more resources, all behind the shutdown, calling it a no-win situation. That private Roman Catholic university was founded in 1937.
But Cardinal Stretch isn't alone. Dozens of schools across the country have shut down since 2020.
Sarah McGrew reports on the challenges facing higher ed here in Wisconsin and across the nation.
Now I can't.
Declining enrollment and impacts from the pandemic were some of the reasons Cardinal Stretch.
Here's another one. Philadelphia. Wait, this is.
The stunning decision has left faculty and staff shocked and disappointed. Our Ray Strickland shares how this closure is also impacting young people who are planning to attend the university.
Philadelphia.
Katie, congratulations.
Reading her admission.
Play it. You gotta play. You gotta play.
I'm not here to talk about my transition. I'm here to kick some ass.
Admissions letter from the University of the Arts. Katie Hornberger remembers how she felt when she first learned she was accepted into college.
I called my entire family. I stepped out of class and
Can you imagine having a kid and them growing up and looking like this?
I called my whole family and I was over the moon. I told all my friends, my teachers, they were the first ones to hear it. I was like, I got into college.
It was a dream come true for Hornberger, who recently graduated from Downingtown West High School. But her excitement was short-lived. The University of Arts suddenly announced Friday night that it will close on June 7th. A shock to Hornberger.
Look at that. And then
Well, I hope put it this way. I hope it does have an impact.
And tonight too.
Certainly guys like men.
Yeah.
We need to
Students, parents, and staff at the university.
Keep going. Sorry.
Men need to be more involved. I mean, it's easy to say this that what people should be doing because you got to look in your own backyard at what you're, but it's like it's going to be a bit of a battle because if kids at a young age are being taught this, it's difficult to unlearn that. So it's like they're raising a generation.
Yeah.
Well,
like I said, men have tried. There's MRAs. There's all types of guys that have tried to fight the system, and they get shamed. They get canceled. Right? What?
Yeah.
Sex crime during a colonoscopy. Yuck.
The stunning decision. Alone, dozens of schools across.
Yeah. These schools are cooked, man. Maybe I can play like a little bit of this. Let's see.
Picture that. Colleges that have shut.
Look at that. 91 colleges.
Yeah, Slim Shady. That's funny.
Look at that, dude. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's,
80% of college closures from 2004 to 2020. That's an entirely different issue.
But
For now, let's focus on non-profit colleges and
I
universities.
hear what you're saying about the social justice thing because I was following this one channel about this, and it is actually like that social justice model of the privileged and the marginalized.
Yeah.
And that degree of marginalization, it's like a hierarchy. Like that's actually it's a thing. It's not just sort of it's not just
childlike thinking too.
But
it says, look, a man and a woman can't ever enter into anything consensual because men power, women not. Man oppressor, woman oppressed, so women can do no wrong ever, ever, because they don't have any power.
And it's
the
a
only
seductive.
people who do wrong are people who have power. Therefore, women who don't quote unquote don't have power can never do anything wrong to anyone. Clown world. You know what I'm saying?
And it's seductive though. That's the thing. This is why it took off as well as it did. This is why it's got so much traction, is because it's a seductive. It's an abdication of responsibility and accountability. You're blaming someone else for your situation. Like it's a comfortable place to be. right?
Yeah.
It's a comfortable place. Like if you're not on top, it's you can blame other people.
And that's
So
why
it's tempting.
that's why I honestly think that like it's like 37% of Gen Z identifies as some type of LDHD TV, and I honestly believe there's a lot of white kids that don't want to be regular white Americans because they see them as the oppressive white majority, so they adopt demisexual, pansexual,
Right,
all
to
these
get out of the line of
nebulous-
fire.
Yes, all these nebulous things so that they can check an oppression checkbox, right?
Gives
And
them
then-
some virtue
and then-
points.
Yes, and then all of a sudden they have the moral high ground because
Yep.
they are now part of the oppressed class.
Yep.
So they can and guys, all you white people in the chat, put a 1 if you agree that these wokey wokes are mostly college educated white upper middle class and middle class white chicks they're trying to lecture all the rest of you white people about what's racist and sexist and anti-LDHD TV. That's all it is. And it's funny because they'll talk about, oh, there's too. You guys have seen it on whatever.
Yep.
There's too many white people. You are white.
Yep.
What are you talking about, guys? Here's the thing. I just say to these wokey woke chicks.
Yeah,
We're on stolen land. Well, here, leave. The best thing that you can do to help these Native Americans on the stolen land is get out. Leave. If we're on stolen land, why are you still here? And then, if you think there's too many white people, start with yourself.
Yep. But the problem,
Right?
the
Wouldn't
problem
that be the best thing that they can do to like make less white people is get rid of themselves, right?
Yeah. I mean, and this is what bugs me about it, and this is more than bugs me about it, but it feels like we're engaged in an argument that there's going to be no winners because at the end of the day, all that leads to is like a society imploding on itself.
Well, but
it's going to implode on itself, and then
Raymond, all men won't walk away. There's going to be a tipping point. That's the thing that you guys don't understand. There's still going to be a certain amount of simps, right? That's just the way it works. but the tipping point is like 15 to 20%. You know what I'm saying? Is enough to make a change. If you do a marketing campaign and you reach 15% of people, 20% of people, that's enough to start that ripple effect.
Yeah.
Think about if 1 in 4 men decided to just not show up to work. Our country, we wouldn't be super screwed, but we would be screwed enough. Because Raymond, we've tried everything else. We've tried lobbying. We had MRAs and MRA associations where guys try and lobby to have men, not get screwed over, and it doesn't work. Because the moment that the MRA comes out, I can't even say the actual saying MRA, right? Because they see it as right? Anytime that men are empowered, they always say that it's at the expense of women. Or LDHD TVs. Or people of color, please. Right? So guys, all we have to do, guys, if you could think of a better practical solution than men minding their own business, seriously, guys, I'd like to hear it. But you have to stop and think of something that hasn't been tried yet. There have been guys fighting for MRA, for men's, fair treatment for 50 years.
I think I think it's stepping back, but I think it's stepping back, and it's also having conversations with the guys in your own spheres, in your day-to-day, and saying and speaking your mind to them, and getting other guys more comfortable in speaking their mind, because I think people have been like, men have been really cowed over the years. Men
But
are
for
afraid,
good reason,
though. For good, no, yeah, I'm not. No,
Yeah,
it's no, I'm no, yeah, I'm not.
I mean,
for good
because
reason.
there is an agenda to do this.
100%.
Society makes more. I mean, these certain groups of people make more money the weaker men are. But here's the thing: if there's one thing men are, we adapt, right? We adapt, and what this election just showed is you might be able to silence men on the internet, but you can't silence men at the polls.
Yep, and
Can't do it.
And that's the thing. I mean, and commercially, like in the economic perspective, women have a huge amount of power because they're the ones who buy things, and so a lot of the reason why, when we were talking about this the other day about the advertisements that portray men poorly, portray men as weak,
but a lot of the money that they get to spend things on comes from men.
But they're still the ones making the buying decisions.
Yes,
they're the
what
ones
I'm saying is
buying.
men need to not give them the money. Men need to mind their own business.
Yep.
I'm telling you guys, what we've been doing is there's a bunch of blue-haired, 500-pound, a bull ring nose,
lesbians
on the field, on the football field with the ball, and there's them. There's a bunch of simps, and the refs are against us too, right?
Yep.
We can't call our own plays. We don't have any pads. We don't have any cleats, right? But the thing that guys have been doing in the past is just try and get on the field, and every time that we hike the ball, the game is rigged. It's just more. What if we don't show up? What if we stay out in the parking lot and drink beer? And they're on the field standing there holding the ball looking like morons. What then? I'm telling you, that's the only thing we haven't tried yet. Changing the laws is not going to happen. Doing some type of social change, we're saying, oh man, unless someone can actually make traditional roles cool on social media, good luck. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's kind of happening though. I do. No. I kind of think that. I mean, I'm seeing more people talk. I mean, I'm seeing more people talk about religious things.
But here's the thing. But that doesn't mean that it's traditional, because a lot of churches and stuff men aren't going to church. Church membership for males has been steadily declining for years.
Yeah, it is.
You go to churches, all you see is right or single moms.
Well, but I'll say this though: things are better now than they were a year ago. Huh. I'm seeing more like red pill content. I'm seeing more content, more discussion, and more openness about this.
But I guess the thing is our points are to have a buffer between yourself and the BS. Think of the red pill advice, right? Is don't engage with blank and protect yourself.
Yeah.
All of that means you're engaging less and less because you're protecting yourself, right? Mm-hmm. So the more that our message gets out there, the more men withhold until they find people, friends, girlfriends, whatever, that are worthy of their time and effort.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, and I was thinking about this earlier today, actually, and I thought about this, and it came up yesterday when we were talking, but it's like we were talking about that the friend zone, and basically it's like I was kind of trying to think about how I want to sum this up a little bit more clearly. It's like, as a guy, if you know women, you don't have women friends.
No.
You either have the woman you're with, or you don't have women friends. You just don't. Yeah. And that is a big move forward. That is a huge move forward
because you are giving your time.
You're giving your time,
money, and effort. Yep.
And women depend on that. Women totally depend on that. And I'm telling you this, like they do. Women depend on having a roster of guys. And we've all heard the beta orbiter. We've all know about that. But it's a real. It is real. And
Guys,
so as a man,
there are girls that have guys signed. I mean, in their contacts under rides, dinner, movies, smash, right? Yep. So they're calling different guys. Guys, I've been that guy where a girl invited me over late, and then she handed me a to-go box from the restaurant for the date that she went out on earlier.
Oh, see, yeah.
I was like, this steak is good. But Poindexter had paid for the food, and she brought me food because she knew that I was getting off of work and I'd be hungry. So she hadn't Simp boy pay for the food.
Yep. Yeah, and we've all done that. Like we've all done it. But the truth is that you have to look for everybody here. You have to look at all the women that you talk to, the women, and think about it really clearly. And it's basically like if they're kind of your if they're like if you would bed them, but they're not bedding you, then you're in their friend zone.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Yep, so if you're not betting them, but you would, then you're in their friend zone. And the truth is you got to cut that off, which means, and that goes a long way to help combing this through, because it squares up women quickly if all of a sudden their phone's quiet.
Yeah, if they have to actually
if they
reciprocate. Yeah,
it really does. It smartens them up really quickly.
Let's get to when it gets good, okay? Because they bring her back, right? Okay, let's see.
Answering the question, she's saying that he wanted it sold too, but the question is, why does she want it sold? So,
right.
Fine. All right.
It's not that expensive now. Once.
Separate funds of that person.
Early November, I had to go get a hotel room for 2 nighs to let things cool down at the advice of my friend who is an attorney. Then there was another time somewhere in November where we were disagreeing on potentially what the divorce would do. Then there was a time just 2 weeks ago in front of her 12-year-old.
Okay. This divorce filed January 26, 2024. What did you do for your wife's birthday?
What
did you do for your wife's birthday statement? Do you recall signing that statement?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's someone in the chat had said that earlier.
Yeah.
I'm going to briefly recover some of the things that you testified to earlier, but where are you currently employed?
Envision Healthcare.
Okay, and I believe you testified that your rate of pay is $22 an hour.
Yes.
Let's get to the good.
This is the tree that he ran over, correct?
Here you go.
Judge, I haven't seen
You may approach and watch what's being shown.
I can't even see it. You can't see that because it's so tiny?
Oh, now I can see the screen. Right, that's zoomed in.
I'm going to give you some black and white photographs here that we're going to make as an exhibit.
And these are zoomed in.
Yes, I'm not disputing. These are.
Right, and they're so tiny, it's hard to, I could putty them, but they're so tiny.
It doesn't matter. They're still shooting arrows into the wall of his house.
Why wouldn't he do it?
Well, why would he be?
Why wouldn't he if he has pride in the house?
She said, why wouldn't he fix it if he didn't take pride in his house? Your bastard kids were shooting holes! What are you talking about? These chicks are demons, man.
Why would you not?
Because it was so tiny.
Again, looking at just these color photographs, those are the
Shooting
black and
holes
white
in the
ones we've done.
plumbing.
As we scroll down, there's multiple holes shot into the insulation, and this is insulation that's on the garage door and in the drywall in the garage, right?
Right.
Your Honor, we'll move this series of pictures.
Is that income, is her income, is that gonna be?
It is.
Okay, let's skip ahead, guys.
To take down every word that's being said, and when there's conversation going on at the same time, it makes her job.
Okay, here's where it gets good.
Putty it and put it back up?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
I didn't know how.
Your
Here you go.
son,
Yes, sir.
so we've
Here it is.
established that you're not above lying. Is that correct?
So we've established that you're not above lying.
Well, the court is the one who has to try this case. Whether that is argumentative or not really has no bearing on me. It has been established that she lied to her husband about who was driving the car.
Look at that.
That fact is proven. So the question itself is not evidence, as we always tell the jury. So I take it with a grain of salt.
So in addition, you sent your husband a text message and stated that you had fallen with the child and broke a cabinet.
Right.
And that was also a falsehood, isn't it?
That was also the same tactic of protecting my children because.
And that's why I just said it was still a falsehood, correct?
She lied to him to protect her children in his house.
I guess if you want to spin it that way.
Yeah,
You
not
lied.
our children, hers.
The Jody.
Because your son,
Yes.
one of your sons broke.
And I did that out of protection to make sure he did get on with them.
Okay. The judge has already instructed for you to wait till I finish asking my
Okay,
question.
I'm sorry.
Look at that. See?
The judge is already
See?
instructed.
Look,
Yeah,
guys, look.
that's a woman on woman crime.
Look.
Your son,
Watch.
Yes.
one of your sons broke.
And I did that out of protection to make sure he did get on with them.
Okay. The judge has already instructed for you to wait till I finish asking my
Okay,
question.
I'm sorry.
See? There's that female gaslighting, right? Like, why are you doing this? Like, ugh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're in the wrong. Guys, these chicks are
Yeah.
demons, man.
Yeah.
The judge has already instructed that you wait till you finish, I finish asking the question, and I will wait for your response. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
This
You
lawyer's the
lied
best.
to your husband when which one of your sons ripped off.
Was it Ryder, Strider, or
tore
Miter?
the door off of this cabinet.
Okay, so what happened was they broke it and it was just hanging there, so I finished and took it off.
Did you unscrew it,
No, I just kind of took it off.
causing damage to the hardware and to the wood, correct?
Yes.
Did you ever take the time out and putty it and put it back up?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
Of course not, right, guys? And guys, what do you think her reasoning's gonna be?
'Cause I didn't know how. If I did know how to do something like that, I would have fixed many things in the house that need to be done.
Because you keep breaking stuff.
Just like you didn't take the time to go buy putty and putty the holes that your son knocked in the wall. Correct?
Yes.
Dude, this lawyer's awesome, huh?
Yeah, she's good. Very good.
If I could, Judge, I'm gonna make a photograph. Oh,
Because women are women on women. They're immune, right? They're immune
Yeah.
to all the other
Here we go.
the tricks.
yeah, it's not even.
I was sorry, I was just trying to help you.
No, that's what I keep it moved on it. I'm gonna show you a big.
Was doing it towards this direction. The garage was not in the path of the bow and arrow.
And how did this all get damaged?
Well, it wasn't while I was taking a video.
All this.
I'm gonna step back.
Look at how mad she is. Look at how mad she is, guys.
Yeah.
So two occasions that you just admitted that you lied about. Now, you are also communicating with another gentleman now, aren't you?
I have a friend that I text, but I'm not.
A male friend
Yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
you are
Yep.
anticipating and romantically texting, correct?
He lives in Chattanooga, so
I
there.
didn't ask
What's the question that she asked her?
She
That
goes,
you, yeah, keep going.
I think it was basically just like, are you in communication with some other dude?
Romantically. And she's like, well, he lives in Chattanooga. That's not the question she asked, you dunderhead.
He lived.
Okay, well, no, we don't talk like that.
You
He
don't
said
talk that-
support a friend, because I'm going through this and I need a friend. And I don't.
Guys, look at that. I'm going through this and I need a friend.
You tell her she's a goddamn whore.
Her next victim, guys. Her next victim. Now she's like, my husband's so abusive. He's trying to kick me and my kids out of his house. Help me. And of course, Simple Stiltskin.
Here I come to save the day.
I met this woman. She's beautiful, bro. She has 3 kids, and men have done her so dirty, and I'm gonna take care of her, right? Please.
I don't have a lot of girlfriends that really care, so I'm reaching out to him as a.
Well, I'm not trying to question you because we're going to subpoena your text records from him. And I'm asking you right now, we've already established that you embellish or tell falsehoods. And I'm asking you right now to create a record because we have a court reporter. They are not romantic in nature. Is that correct? Yes or no?
We don't really talk like that over text message, though.
Not
I
to
guess
the
I just
point
don't
of-
look at it that way.
Look, guys, the gaslighting.
Not what y'all are going to do when your divorce is over. You can't wait to see him.
Look at that! I can't wait to see you. I can't wait for this divorce to be over, guys.
My feelings.
Okay. Okay, just understand that you're under oath and there's a penalty of perjury if you testify falsely. You understand that?
Right.
And so you are not romantically involved with anybody.
I did sleep with him.
Ah! Look at that!
Me?
I told you guys. I told you. It gets better. Guys, here we are. Twists and turns and turns and twists. Guys, look at that. Look at that, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Doable says busted. Yep.
But we don't talk about it.
Ah, look at that. We bang, but we don't talk about it. Guys, gaslighting. Guys, rate her gaslighting.
It's over 9,000.
Look at that. Look at this judge. He's like, are you serious? Look at this. Look at the judge. Look at the judge.
I've seen him. He lives in
Are
Chattanooga.
you just having sex with him?
I had sex with him twice.
Ah, now she said twice. Now she said twice, guys. Look at that. Look at that.
I did sleep with him. Now I have
But we
slept with
don't
him
text
multiple
about
times.
But we don't
He lives
text
in
about it.
Chattanooga. I slept with him twice.
Guys, look at how stern-faced she is lying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Expert, right?
So we sleep together, but I don't text, though. You asked about texting.
See, that's the thing.
You can't trust them as
Well,
far
see,
as you
this
can
is the
throw
thing.
them.
Well, this is the thing. So this is another key point. Like the way that she treats sex, it's like a
Yeah.
meeting. It's like a meeting. It's
Yeah.
like there's nothing. There's not. It was just like
It's strictly
for her.
transactional.
It's strictly business. It's strictly business.
This is a scary, scary woman
Yep.
right here.
Strictly business.
But guys, this is the old school way of 304. Now they have OF. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But guys,
Yep.
because here's the thing, it went from chicks like this, 304ing around freshman year, sophomore year. Then they would find a guy like this, marry him, and just move on down the line. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In the 40s, 50s, 60s. Then it became they would do this, marry the guy, wait about 10, 15 years, and then divorce him and take half of what he had. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, now I want to find a guy who's already established, get in his pockets, and then try and take a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
This chick, she's probably in her like 30s or like late 30s or whatever. Now these girls just go on OF. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is a lot more like the problem with that with OF is it's not as stealthy.
Yeah.
This is a lot more stealthy and under like OF
this is calculated, man. Seriously, it's sad.
In a hotel.
Where?
One time in a hotel, one time in a hotel.
Where?
OF is almost more
First time
honest.
was
yeah.
Nashville. Second time was in Murfreesboro.
Who paid for it?
You did.
So you're looking for somebody else to start taking care of.
Look at that, guys. Guys, she's you tell her she's a goddamn whore.
We don't even really talk now because I
look at the judge. She's trying to keep a straight face. She's trying to stay stern.
Thought I was gonna work it out with my husband.
Well, you're betting
Well, you
another
lied
guy.
again. He asked you if you were dating anybody. You know what you told him? If you were seeing somebody.
I'm not seeing anybody.
You just having sex with somebody.
I had sex with him twice.
Did he ask you if you were seeing somebody or having a relationship with somebody?
He did, and I
and you
don't
lied,
consider
didn't
that
you?
seeing someone.
You lied, didn't you?
I'd ask that my client be given the opportunity to answer the questions Ms. Roberts poses.
I apologize.
Try and answer the
Please
question.
allow her to answer the question.
You lied to your husband about having sex with
He didn't
somebody.
ask if I had sex with someone.
He didn't ask if you had sex. What did he ask you?
If I was seeing anyone, and I'm not.
Guys, look at that. The gaslighting. The gaslighting. Guys. He asked me if I was seeing anyone. I'm not seeing him. Guys, the gaslighting, right? Look at that, guys. These chicks are evil.
Beta female.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we have to draw battle lines against chicks just like this.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die.
This is not a game, guys.
Yep.
This is not a game. You know, she's
that's a good point.
a
Seriously,
professional missile
AJ.
twister.
Well, that's the whole thing. So that's a really good point because it's not a game. So like this guy goes into Twin Peaks, right? He's in there as a regular. It's his Friday night thing with his work buddies. They're getting drunk. He starts dating the server. He thinks it's a game. He's like, hey, she seems kind of, a single mom. That's okay. If for her, it's not. It's a business. It's totally, like it isn't a game. It's like these types of women are super dangerous because they're singularly focused, right? They're singularly focused. They're it's a dangerous thing.
Damn. Crazy.
You just was having sex with somebody.
I did twice, and I'm being honest about that.
Well, where were your kids when you were shacking up with this man while you're married?
Well, at one time, my mom was watching them.
Okay.
And the other time, my mom was watching them both times, actually.
Did you advise her and tell her that you were going to meet another man?
No.
Because she wouldn't have condoned that, would she?
No.
She would have been quite angry.
Yes.
Who is this
He
man?
loves Jody.
What's his name?
Will.
What's his name?
Will.
What's his name? Please give his.
She doesn't want to say. She doesn't want to say.
What's his
Gavin
name?
Wonderbang. You know what I'm saying? She's cooked, guys. She's cooked.
Full name.
I don't care about his last name. I'm just trying to find out who is he, a coworker or just somebody she met?
Oh, no, it's not a coworker. I met him on Instagram years ago, and
Look, I met him on Instagram years ago.
Yeah.
Guys, these chicks always have a backup plan.
Always. That's
always,
Instagram.
guys. Always.
Guys in their
twice. He lives in
DMs.
Chattanooga.
I just thought
And
I
I-
missed it.
Well,
Never
and
seen
I would
him
like
again.
his name. I would like his name.
Will Hansen.
Well, what?
Will Hansen.
Hanton?
With the H.
Hanton.
Hansen.
Hanson. I'm sorry. I don't have my hearing aids in. And when were these liaisons?
And when were these liaisons?
The exact dates I don't. I'd have to.
Well, this has gone on a while. She's admitted to having
It's
Hold on a second.
an affair. We're here on division of debt and possession of the house. With respect to the division of debt, marital fault is not a factor.
Now, guys, wait till you see
I'll
what
move
Will
on, Judge.
Hansen
The only
looks
other
like.
question I was going to ask is
I mean,
who paid for the gas and whose car did you use to drive to?
Saying that she is having sex with this man for money. I think she's implying that she was asking whether she had expended marital funds to meet her paramour and
her paramour. You guys are gonna hear the word paramour more times in the next couple minutes, dude.
that was the question that was put forth, and she testified that the gentleman gave her money for gas and so forth. I didn't take it that
I'm sure he did.
It was in any implication of anything.
Is there any other times that somebody's given you any other money that you've not disclosed on your income and expense statement? So that you first you only told stories because you were covering for your kids. Then you told a story about having relations with another man while you're still married. And you also told a story about the fact of threatening to call the police and have Mr. Tootle kicked out of the house. And you have said that, haven't you?
Right, I did not say that.
You did. You're sure?
I'm 100% sure.
You understand we've had there could be surveillance.
Totally
So
fine.
you don't want to recant that right now.
No.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You have every opportunity before this hearing is over with to recant that statement. Are you, again, testifying that you never made a threat to him to call the police and have him thrown out of the house?
The one about me throwing myself against the wall, I did not say that.
Okay, well, what did?
What's the question she asked her? Did you ever threaten to call the police and have him thrown out of the house?
Yeah.
And she just can't answer the question.
What did you say?
Look at her. She's good. Look, that side means she knows she's got. Guys, this right here is a 304 who's being held to the fire.
Yep.
And look at the look on this lawyer's face. You know, guys, this chick right here, she's probably been an uggo her entire life. And
right. There's all that.
Was bullied and mistreated and had boyfriends stolen by blonde-haired broads just like this.
Yeah, so she went on to become a lawyer.
So
she went on to be a 304.
And you know that she is reliving high school, she's reliving college, she's reliving her first marriage.
Yeah.
Right when she looks at this knuckle-headed broad right here, and every question she catches her, and she's,
Tell me I'm gonna kill you, you fucking whore!
Which time when I threatened it?
Well, obviously there's more than one threat.
Because he is kind of a bully. And yes, I...
Oh, here it is now.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked.
Look at the judge.
Led astray. Run amok.
I told you guys that this was a good one.
Yeah.
I told you guys, we're like an hour and a half, and it's still, this just keeps giving and giving. You know what I'm saying? Guys, make sure to hit the like button. I appreciate that, you know?
I will threaten to call the cops on you if you threaten me.
Okay.
Me and him.
You can threaten me all you want to, but when did you threaten him to call the police on him and have him thrown out of the house? When did you do it?
I didn't call.
I didn't ask if you called. I said, when did you make that threat?
Look at that! Gaslighting!
I did it several times. It was,
She
he
admitted it.
mentioned it too, back for December and then between January and March. I don't know the exact dates.
I mean, just last week you did it, didn't you?
Because he was being rude to me. He said, I can't wait till you're out of this house. Wait till a judge sees this. I'm going to make sure you're gone. You and your kids will be out on the street.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to call the cops on you if you keep threatening me.
So
how's that a threat?
How's that a threat? Yeah, how's that a
Police
threat?
you out of the
house.
I can't wait till you're out.
You're gonna call the police.
I told him to stop and he did.
That's all.
Bognick, you heard Ms. Roberts asked you why you wanted the property sold, correct? During your husband's testimony, did you hear him testify that he couldn't afford to buy you out of your part of the house?
Right.
Here it is, guys.
Because
Look. I had to look. There's only one guy by the name Will Hansen in that area. He's former military, very athletic, divorced, two years, no kids at that time, has a bit of a bad boy image. So, of course, Chad, right?
Chad.
Ex-military Chad is coming over there and shooting up the club. Come on, dude.
Cohabitate in this house and
Right,
not have much interaction?
Right, we have a bonus room upstairs that he has been staying up there. And we see.
So, Ms. Roberts asked you why you wanted the property sold, correct? During your husband's testimony, did you hear him testify that he couldn't afford to buy you out of your part of the house?
Right.
He couldn't access further funds? So are you asking the house be sold?
Your Honor, again, I'm going to object to leading.
No, that's not leading. I said, are you asking? I wasn't able to finish my question, but.
I withdraw the objection.
First of all, this male lawyer, right?
Beta!
Come on, dude. Come on, yeah?
Are you asking the house be sold and net proceeds be paid into court to be divided equally between the two of you?
Yes.
I just hate it.
Yeah, well, because of the law. That's why.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. It's the most expensive nachos he's ever bought.
There's been no domestic violence in your house, or has there been?
Verbally.
Oh, please.
Explain that to the court.
He can be a bully sometimes, and he will keep threatening that I'll have to leave the house, and just makes me and my kids walk on eggshells. And so that's why I said that about the cabinet and the tree, because I was scared if he's like, well, you keep destroying the stuff in the house, that you're just gonna have to move out and leave, and we have nowhere to go. And so I basically.
You and your husband, is this a large house?
It's a little about over 3,000, so it's not too big.
Okay. So
Yeah,
She said a
you pause-
3,000
you-
square foot house is not big.
Yeah. Can you just pause it here? This is someone who was on food stamps before she met him.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
She said a 3,000 square
Yeah.
foot house is not too big. Guys.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Twin Peaks server on food stamps. Yeah, it's gross.
Insane.
Yeah.
Can you and your husband cohabitate in this house and
Right,
not have much interaction?
Right, we have a bonus room upstairs that he has been staying up there. And we seem to coexist pretty well, considering.
Except when I'm calling the cops on him.
You don't have anywhere to go. What are you going to do if the house sells?
Guys, did you hear that question?
Yeah.
She said, if you have nowhere to go, what are you going to do when the house sells? Guys. That is a great question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
You understand the question she's asking is.
Look at the judges had enough. Judges had enough of this crap, dude.
Where are you going to go when the house sells?
I might have to get help from my sister.
Of course.
So you have the availability to do that?
No, I'll have to reach out if that's the case. She lives in Texas. I have no family in Tennessee, besides my mom.
But of course, until you were caught on cross-examination about telling numerous lies, you never raised one issue or told anything about some verbal abuse, did you?
That's why it was brought up about me having to threaten to call the police.
Why did you have sex with this man after the divorce was started to be such an abusive person?
Well, same.
Isn't this the best lawyer ever, dude?
Yeah, this is beautiful.
God, you know that this chick, I'm telling you guys, she's taking her this is her spite, her ire on all these sorority girls that were bullying her in college, all these cheerleaders that were, you know what I'm saying? She's like, man, oh man, oh man.
Instance, he had sex with me.
All the reason I went to law in the
Was
first
that one of
place.
those
You're on the
nights?
witness stand now.
Say again?
She goes, she's thinking to herself, this is why I went into law in the first place.
Yeah.
We were both drinking, and
No, I'm
it
going to
just-
object.
he's my
This is
husband.
outside the scope.
And I do still love him.
Hold on just a second.
She said she still loves him.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Clown world.
The objections outside the scope of redirect sustained. I think we've heard all we need to about that.
But you also told, you didn't tell him about your paramour.
Your
Because you
paramour.
wanted to try to save your marriage. That's what you just testified to. That's all.
Thank you. You may step down. Earl, you may call your next witness.
No further witnesses. Proof. No further proof, Your Honor.
Do you have your rebuttal proof?
Yes, Your Honor, just briefly. Go ahead. I called my client back.
Earl, I'll remind you, you're under oath.
Have you ever been verbally abusive?
No, we called each other names, but that's it.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Have you ever been verbally abusive to your wife?
We've called each other names. What she said about being out of the house, I did say that. Just because I thought that's what was going to happen.
Okay. That's all. Thank you.
He wasn't wrong, because if she was out of the house, she would be on the street.
Questions?
Yep.
I may have just a moment.
Here we go. Yeah. He's trying to talk to
While you're thinking about your question, go ahead.
I question it.
My question is, why is this lawyer wearing such an ill-fitting suit? You know what I'm saying? Look at this guy.
He's not high end.
So, Mr. Tootle, have you ever called your wife any derogatory names?
I have.
Or children?
No, but she did say when I asked her how would she pay for her vehicle when this is all over, she said she'll spread her legs like she's always has done before.
Ah, look at that, guys. Look at that.
No.
Guys, look at that.
No.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Guys, look at it.
The streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Look at that.
He was what?
She said she would spread her legs like she's always done before.
Look at the judge. Look at the judge. Look at the judge, dude. Look at that.
Oh.
That was back in October, yes.
After you got married, you're calling your wife derogatory names.
Asked and answered.
That was after she had called me a troll.
I didn't call her a slut, Your Honor. I called her a whore. There's a difference. I didn't call her a whore, Your Honor. I called her a skank. I'm trying to be truthful under oath over here, you know.
If there's an objection, you wait.
Objection, answered, asked and answered.
Objection is sustained.
So, Mr. Tootle, you make a lot of money, right?
I do okay.
A little more than okay. We established that a little bit earlier.
Oh, shut up.
Objection outside the scope of redirect.
Well, actually, you called him as a rebuttal witness, so this is not redirect.
Well, as outside the scope of.
I don't think it applies when you recall him as a rebuttal witness. This is open cross-examination. Overruled.
Tootle, as much as you want to avoid truthfully testifying as to what your income is, you make a lot more money than your wife.
I can answer that. So the 14,000 that you have on there is because I took one paycheck and I doubled it. I didn't consider that we have 26 paychecks because we're bi-weekly. So if you add that together, then it gets to 182. So that's why that was that way. When I was given that income sheet,
There you go.
I took one paycheck because I don't know what the taxes are because I don't think of it in gross. I think of it in net. So that's why that number was 14,000.
So a rounding error. It doesn't include an $80,000 bonus.
That's because this year I haven't gotten the bonus.
You've gotten it for the past 10 years at least, is what you testified to, correct?
I know, but I was told to put down guaranteed income.
You're really trying to avoid this question, aren't you?
I'm answering it truthfully. If I was guaranteed to get 80,000, I'd put it down.
All right. You make a lot of money.
Asked and answered.
Your Honor, I'm just trying to get to my point that I was about to get to earlier.
You've asked him that question now 3 times, sustained.
Okay. You like to use the fact that you make a lot more money than your wife as a threat against her and her children, don't you?
No. I pay for everything. Well, how's that a threat?
You like
That's
to
fact.
threaten to make her homeless, don't
Look
you?
at that.
No. I don't know, because I don't know her true financial situation. I figured her mom has property, they have a trailer, she has a place to go.
But you told her that you're going to make sure that she's kicked out of that house.
I didn't say I was.
He literally married Trailer Park Tammy, guys.
Yep. Yep.
He married Trailer Park Tammy. Clown World.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure of that. I said, you will probably be out of the house. I didn't say I'm going to make sure. There's nothing within my power to do that. That's why we're in this court today.
You threatened her that you and your 3 kids are going to be out of this house.
I did not say you and your 3 kids will be out of this house. I said it'll be up to the judge.
No more questions.
You know what? AJ?
That's all.
This is we know that, everybody here we're familiar with the term hypergamy, where women marry across or up, and men don't care. Men will go basically up, across, or down. But this is like a lesson in, like, got to be careful how far down you go, right? Because this guy, he didn't care about her finances.
Well,
but he shouldn't have gone.
But it's not just her finances. It's the single mom, just all this other stuff that shows that she's a bad person, right?
Mm-hmm.
She had 3 bastard kids by 3 different dudes. She's working at friggin' Twin Peaks. You could have a woman who's a shift manager or like a shift worker at Starbucks. Men are never gonna care about how much money the woman makes, and hypergamy is not just about money. With women, it could be status, it could be looks, it could be anything that's higher than the average guy, right? Now, the combination could do it, because that's one thing about like Fresh and funky and all these other guys that trying to say you have to have money to get chicks. No, you don't. No, you don't. Hypergamy is not just about money. Girls would rather ditch the rich guy for friggin' your military bad boy Chad, right? Maybe he's better looking. Maybe he's got more of like a masculine frame or a perceived massive masculine frame. Maybe he has a motorcycle. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But there's something else that outweighs that money. And if it was true that you had to have money to get girls, then you wouldn't see all these single moms getting knocked up by friggin' Nug, Gerardo, and Gavin. You know what I'm saying? I think
there's not that many. There's not that many guys that are the big earners, right?
Exactly.
So single moms don't have the choice.
And yet they always have a choice. They could just not get pregnant.
They don't have the opportunity to get knocked up from a rich guy.
But here's the thing: they don't expect to date rich guys or anyone who will take care of them until they get older. You know what I'm saying? And they've had their fun with Nug. They say, if I'm going to settle down, it's going to be a rich guy. Until then, I'm going to waste my whole 20s with the rappers, the wannabe rap guys, the guys in a band, the tennis instructors, the yoga instructors. You know what I'm saying? Those guys aren't rich. But the one thing that they can do, right, is meet chicks, right? And shoot up the club, right? So that's one thing that the red pill needs to get, like, needs to fix. This whole thing where you gotta have money, bro. You gotta have money. Money, power, fame, fine, but that'll give you access. You gotta be careful with who you're getting access to and still understand. Even with money, Nug can still end up getting your girl pregnant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that happened here, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You knew her for 7 years before you married her, right?
I did.
All right. You helped her get a job.
I did.
And you knew she was carrying another man's child when you married her, right?
She already had the baby out when we got
Already
married.
had the baby. So she had 3 children by 3 different men, and you knew all of that before you married her.
I did.
I told you guys, even the judge knows this guy's a simp. Everyone in this chat right now, rate this guy on the simp-o-meter. All I want to see is numbers in the chat.
It's over 9,000!
No, JJ McQuaid. They did not have a kid together. She had 3 kids by 3 different men that aren't him. And he married her. He bought a house. He
Yeah.
put her name on the deed. Guys, please, someone.
Yeah.
I told you guys, this is the biggest simp of this year. You guys talk about that Travis, what's his name guy. You talk about I can't even think of any other ones. This is the biggest simp that we have seen this year.
Yeah.
Period. You guys cannot argue. This guy was simping for years, and it blew up in his face.
Mm-hmm. It's brutal.
Look at that, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that. 1.9 million. Look at that.
So you kind of knew what you were getting into, at least you suspected you knew.
I kind of figured it was a 50-50 whether it was going to work out.
So
stupid, I know.
Look at the judge. Look at the judge.
The judge is like, wait a second. Yeah, you just 400 grand. You just bet 400 grand on a 50-50.
More than that. You know what I'm saying? But the judge was like, stupid.
Most men, when they get married, they don't think about 50-50 chance of it working out when they, ask someone to marry them.
I wanted to believe.
Although I would say that with the divorce rate in this country, that's probably not far from the average.
But here's the thing, guys. The divorce rate, if the household income is over $220,000, it actually drops below 20%. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not in this case. You know what I'm saying? Not in this case. The guy's an idiot.
What marriages work out and what don't. But my question to this is, you expected there would be problems, I assume.
Yeah, I wanted to believe what she was telling me. That she was past going out and partying, and she was ready to be a family and settle down.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
And she was looking for stability.
Cared for her and you wanted to help her.
And obviously for 8 years, there's something there. I was fed the whole 9 yards.
And then he swooped in.
Here I come to save the day.
Raymond says the boss of all simps, guys. This is the Tekken 1 Heihachi of simps. You know what I'm saying? God.
The point is that you went into this knowing that there could be problems, right?
I did.
And it turned out there are problems.
Within a couple of weeks, I figured out there was problems.
But you say you still love her.
I do, but I don't think I have the same kind of love that I had before.
Beta. Oh, yeah. How do you answer that question? What's the best way to answer it?
You know what the next questions should be for this guy?
Why are you gay?
Followed by,
Does God know you gay?
It's more, I care about her.
That's all. Step down.
Thank you.
That's our proof, Your Honor.
That judge is just thinking to himself, he's like, I'm gonna make you a red pill. I'm gonna make you. He's like, I'm gonna.
There's an old saying, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Y'all have heard that before.
My mom used to say that.
It applies to everybody in this case. I think Mr. Tootle deceived himself when he thought that he was going to be able to marry this lady and fix her problems and that they would live happily ever after. Although he admits today he thought maybe he only had a 50-50 chance of success in doing so. Of course, Ms. Balknecht has testified that, or at least there was testimony that, I don't think she testified about it, but there was testimony that she didn't realize that she didn't really love him until her therapist, I think it was, that told her she didn't really love him. And
a pot-smoking slut.
If she went out and had sex with 2 other men during the marriage, obviously that would be something that she didn't marry. She did love him. So this is a situation that is a temporary hearing that is designed to keep the parties in life and limb together until such time as they can conclude this matter after discovery and after mediation takes place. They are both asking for a divorce. So therefore, as was pointed out, whether Ms. Balknecht wants to move out of the house or not, right now, that's coming. I mean, you're going to have to do it sooner or later. Mr. Tootle has indicated that he cares for her children, and his concern is that she may make some false allegation against him while they are continuing to live together. So it's going to take time for her to move out. The Dixon County school system concludes its school year on what, May 23rd, I think it is?
Yes, sir.
And it is this court's opinion that these parties will continue to cohabit in the marital residence until June 1st. At that point, Ms. Balknecht will vacate the property.
There it is.
Mr. Tootle will continue to have temporary possession of the marital residence. I make that statement because of the fact that it is apparent that Mrs. Balknecht cannot afford to pay the house payments, and therefore if he is forced to leave, he's going to still have to make the house payments. She has indicated that she wants to sell the house, which obviously indicates she would then have to leave. In the interim period that they reside together, she will pay all payments that she has on her income and expense statement. I have added, she's showing a shortage of her income and expenses that she's negative $1,505.56.
Look at that.
If you add back in the child support payments and her renewable income, then that comes to $5,978.46. So it's clearly more than her expenses are, even considering those expenses, which when I look at, no, and I don't mean this to be harsh, but I don't spend $489 on recreation and entertainment a month. Clothing and personal care, $400 a month. Folks, you're going through a divorce. You're going to have to tighten up a lot of these expenses that are otherwise you might do if you're living in a nice home and having 2 incomes that total over $200,000 a year. This is not going to be the case. Short-term marriages that go through divorce, the court's usually looking to put the parties back in the situation they were in prior to the marriage. It's just that simple. Short-term marriages of 6 months do not typically require or even justify the awarding of alimony or spousal support, absent some compelling circumstances.
There you go.
So I'm just saying these expenses that are here are going to have to be looked at. Her car payment of $1,034.27 is fixed. It's going to have to be paid. She's got cell phones for a 10-year-old. So be it. She'll have to pay for it. Her automobile insurance goes with her car. Her food and groceries are $1,200 a month. She's only going to be required to provide food and groceries for her and her children. He will have to provide food for himself. Laundry and cleaning doesn't seem to be particularly outrageous, but the $400 for clothing and personal care and $489 recreational entertainment may be an area that Ms. Balknecht has to kind of reduce. Mr. Tootle will be required to pay those expenses that are shown on his income and expense statement. Right now, he's paying the house mortgage. He wants to keep the house. The issue of any credit that he is to receive for making the payments on a temporary basis, any increase in the equity that might result from that will be reserved for the final hearing in this case. He's providing right now for the next 2 months at least a place for her and the children to reside until June 1st. And that, in my opinion, would justify that. I've taken away the $300.
Captain Palsy says go back to slinging food, lady.
Dollar fund bill that she's now going to be required to pay, which means he'll have some small amount. But I also think he's got a greater amount than what's shown on here because there's some flexibility in his income. In any event, he'll pay the monthly mortgages on the house and all of those other bills that he has paid, with the exception of the Chevrolet Tahoe, which she is going to be required to pay. And with that being the case, I will put down this further order. These parties are both restrained and prohibited from involving law enforcement in any way, shape, form, or fashion against one another to gain an advantage in this divorce action, or to seek to have the other removed from the home. A violation of this order will be contempt of court. I'm just simply saying that. I'm not saying you would do that, but I'm saying there's been some allegation that you were going to call the police. There's some reason he might, but I'm simply saying you can't do that under this order. And as a result of that, if something happens and it turns out that somebody violates that order, they're looking at 10 days in jail.
Good.
For even doing that, making that type of report. If there is any indication of violence in the home, you must come to this court, file an application for an order of protection with the Chancery Court of Dixon County, Tennessee, so you will have that protection. And if you feel threatened or you have the right to apply to this court for an order of protection. They will present it to me personally for me to review, since I'm the one who's hearing this case, and I'll determine whether or not there is a need for an order of protection, and then probably would have to set a hearing even if I denied it. So both of these parties are restrained and prohibited from arguing, fussing, fighting, speaking negatively to each other, cursing each other, certain words that are just not acceptable. And you've uttered one of those in regards to your wife. Whether you agree with what kind of a life she's lived in the past or what kind of behavior she's exhibited, she is your wife. She deserves more respect just for that fact alone. And he deserves, being your husband, to have a little bit more respect than what you've shown him. So treat each other with respect in this time you live together. Either of you has the right to vacate the home upon your decision to do so. You can move out and let her have the house pending that. She can move out if she doesn't like living there with you. But you're going to cohabit it peacefully. There will be no fussing, fighting, cursing, or anything else. You'll reside in the upstairs bedroom. She'll reside downstairs.
He's lucky for him.
There will be no damage inflicted on this house by anyone associated with that. So both sides are prohibited from destroying, damaging, or whatever. You are prohibited from allowing your 10-year-old to drive the car. At least at this point. Just don't
what
let
about
him
arrows?
drive the car.
No more arrows?
Don't let him shoot holes in the wall with a bow and arrow or whatever it was that was there. Just be no damage to the residents. Absent an agreement otherwise, I'm going to order that there be an appraisal conducted on the value of this house to determine. I know that wasn't necessarily requested, but it goes with the question of selling. Let's find out what the house is worth. It may be worth considerably more, in which case you may have a lot of equity that you may be entitled to. It may be lost in the downturn of the economic market that real estate has suffered recently. It may be worth less. So as a result of that, we're going to order that the parties agree upon, unless you have some...
Chris Chatham.
I was just about to utter those words. Chris Chatham would be the person who usually does the appraisals in this area. Do you have any objection to that? Chris Chatham will be authorized to perform an evaluation of the house. And then the issue of we'll reserve the issue of selling the house. If there is substantial equity that Mrs. Balknick would be entitled to, then it may be necessary to sell it. Mr. Tootle, you have exhausted all of your equity, but the court will reserve the issue of your contribution of separate monies in the determination of how any equity in the home is to be divided. So obviously, if there's no equity above the separate contributions, then it may make sense to award it to him, and he's simply eats whatever the loss is of his equity. But otherwise, that's the order of the court.
So if the house went up in value,
Yeah, which it
she's
didn't,
gonna
because
get
they just bought it.
Then she would just get half of
Balknick's mother
of the equity.
is going to
half of the increase in value.
Yeah, but I don't think it did because he just bought it like
about that.
3 months
to like
ago.
her and get along with her. If you two will treat each other with kindness and be sociable and civil to one another, then you can coexist until the time for this to be resolved. And hopefully by the end of May and the first part of June, you all will have been able to determine some of these issues, and maybe you can resolve this and go separately and start your life over again. Seems like that's probably where both of you are headed. So sometimes the fantasy we have about how great things are going to be just doesn't work out. And that's, I think, where we are right now. So I think both of you are looking to gain something out of this situation, and unfortunately it's not going to work out for you. So we're going to end your divorce. I noticed that it's been pending now for less than 90 days, but it's been pending more than that. So you two talk about whether or not you want to go ahead and finalize the divorce itself. If you want to talk to your client, if she wants to go ahead and be divorced, I can pronounce the magic words today and grant you a divorce. If you want to think about it, then do so, and you can let me know.
We would prefer that, Your Honor, so that any rights of
I'm not going to
inheritance.
do it unless both sides, since it wasn't requested and it's not a final hearing, the only way I'll do it is if both sides desire to have the marriage terminated. The advantage to it is that it fixes the date of the marriage so that we know what the contributions are to each other.
That makes sense.
It may be that Mr. Odell and his client don't want to do that. Y'all can talk about it. You can always let me know before today is over what you want to do. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Roberts will draw the order and submit it to Mr. Odell for his approval.
Well, there it is, guys.
So she's gonna probably get what? She might get a bit of a small payday, but won't be much.
Maybe. But they just bought the house like 4 months ago, so it didn't go up in value.
No, it wouldn't go up past the real estate fees.
Yeah. So, well, guys.
Yeah, that's good. But he honestly, the truth is, like, he dodged a bullet here.
Yeah, he's the biggest simp.
Biggest
of
simp.
2024. I can't
think
think of anyone that's a bigger simp than this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't get married to a Twin Peaks server.
Yeah, dude, she got her claws so deep into him, dude. And then has a nerve to be like, well, if she didn't like how my son trashed his house, why didn't he fix it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not flirting with this guy on the phone. I'm sleeping with him. You didn't ask about that. What a terrible excuse for a human being.
Yeah, it's
absolutely insane. But all right, you guys, we're at the 3.5 hour mark, guys. Guys, this is the last live of 2024. So, guys, once again, guys, thanks for being here, guys. If you're new here, guys, please subscribe to my second channel. If it wasn't so late, I would do a 50304 clip, but it's late, guys. So, guys, make sure you are subscribed. Guys, join the Discord because we are going to start doing after hours in the Discord. Guys, check out my merch shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, guys, Happy New Year. Guys, be safe if you're going to go out for New Year's, guys. Be safe. Take an Uber home. You know what I'm saying? Guys, cops are out. The drunks are out. Guys, please, I want to see all you guys here on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Guys, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But hey, I just want you guys to know this whole year, going from, I think, 3,000 subs to almost 12,000 in a year, I just want to tell you guys that I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna keep this thing rolling. You know what I'm saying? Keep this channel growing. You know, and we can. I want to make some changes, involve you guys more. You know what I'm saying? And just keep this like a lighthearted, fun place. And guys, we're gonna have a crazy year with Orange Man getting back in there. A lot of young guys being more emboldened to speak their minds, and the wokey wokes are gonna lose their effing minds, dude. You know what I'm saying? I cannot wait, guys. I cannot wait. This is gonna be hilarious. And guys, I'm gonna cover all of it. I'm gonna cover all of it, guys. And we're gonna point and we're gonna laugh. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, you guys. I appreciate you. Mobile, hey man, make sure to hit me up in the Discord. Yeah, we'll talk about doing a show about IT. So, all right, guys, take it easy. Happy New Year. Bye, guys.